Well, at least it's a sign, so not space. Check it. Yeah, it's all good. Both of them. Well, yours is the clearer one. But that's in the back. Alright, man. Shalom, man. Shalom. Praises be to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadah.
Double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, great millstones, who were well, who us the truth. Yeah, salutes to all you Arkin, man. Walk, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Barakadam. Another week. Okay, so whatever we got, let's go, man.
Yeah. Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, yeah, we're at the end. Okay, we're at the end, and you know, so you gotta seek. We teach a gospel. Repent means to turn back, to turn away from what? A lifestyle of sin. You know, and pretty much turn back onto the Heavenly Father through His Son. Okay, so seek the Lord whilst He may be found, because the catch is that the Lord's not always going to be able to be sought after, man. There's coming a day where people are going to seek the Lord, yeah, and you're not going to find Him, right? And that's the reality that we see. People in the world don't see that, but we see that. You know when you lost something in the yard, I can't find it. Yeah, you start searching all over the gap, you know, and then you realize, you know, that you left your, I don't know, you left your fucking, you left something in sister, what? You left something in, you know, on the bus. That's gone. That's gone, man. No, but I want it. Ah, well, okay. You looked for it, you couldn't get it. So it's going to be the same thing with the day of the Lord. People know about the Lord and stuff. You know, they hear us teaching that, and they're not really interested. But there's coming a day where that's it, man. People going to be searching and seeking. They ain't going to find the Lord. You know, that's going to be a funny day for the prophet. That's going to be a very funny time period. Look, watching people bug the fuck out. Oh, where is he? What's his name? Oh! You know, all that screaming and running about, and you ain't gonna find him. Man. That's gonna be a very interesting and funny day. And you know what's gonna be funny? The Lord said He's gonna mock. So, yeah, let's read that again, and then we've got to go to
Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord.
Yeah, so you got to forsake them ways, man, them wicked ways. Now, you know, there's certain things you know is outrightly wicked, because it's just innate within your spirit as an Israelite. For example, like adultery. You know, you go sleep with another man's woman. You know, you got to do it. You got to, you know, align the schedules so that he's not home. Yeah. 'Cause if it was okay, I could just knock your door. God forbid, hey, I'm here to fuck your wife. And what's the problem?
But that happens these days, isn't it? People rent out their wives now.
Yeah, swingers and that. You know, that's why the Lord said it would be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah. But the point is, people would do that backhand because they know it's wrong. But there's certain sins that are innately wrong. You know, there's certain things you know, you just don't do that in public. For example, taking a shit. Animals do that. You know, you just don't. Well, again, you got people that do that.
There's that Nick, forgive me.
Yeah.
That Big Shirley, I don't know if you probably remember, a couple of years back in Stratford, there was some Big Shirley dropping bombs in the fucking phone box. What happened to her backside? And the guy was like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, I'm going to call the police on you.
That's crazy, yeah. So you got people that are weird like that, they do that shit. Fucked up, man. But that's the point though, you know? You know, like, I've got to go yard to take a shit, or I've got to go home and do this, or that's wrong. And then you got sins that you may not know is wrong. For example, you could get brought up, rather, and your parents are feeding you pork.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you could just think, well, that's just a part of the, you know, the diet, like, we just eat pork. But then you come into the truth and realize, wait there, I can't eat that. So that's even on a, like, that's forsaking the way. That's forsaking sin. Or for example, you may be a brother that you've got tattoos. That's fine. Because you did it when you didn't know. Right. That's why the Lord said he winked at us in our ignorance. So you can have a brother that's tatted up on his arm. You know, something about that left arm. Who was that left arm?
With the Rolex.
Tatted up to the shoulder. Alright, cool, you got tats here, but then you don't get another tat once you know that it's wrong. And you know what as well, talking about sins, certain, you know what, I'll put it like this, yeah, we're all tatted, and some are spiritual. Because a guy will look at, bro, I mean, you got that, brother. Yeah, that's an outward sin, but then what about the shit you're doing? That's why when they tried to stone the woman caught in adultery, the Lord got on the floor and started writing in the dust. And the scriptures don't say that, but through spiritual extrapolation, we believe the Lord was writing their sins.
Because they got cut.
Yeah, you want to stone this woman because she got caught in adultery, but you're a liar. You want to stone her for adultery, I don't know, you're a murderer, man. You know, brother Bob has been missing for like 2 years. You fucking burnt his ass after you stabbed him up. Well, I don't know. So the Lord was like, yeah, you want to expose her because certain sins are out there, but then you're doing shit behind closed doors. And the Lord could put the spirit on prophets, right? Where they reach. Bugging. They're both bugging.
Well, yeah, that one is lagging.
What for?
It's not the most high.
No, that usually lags.
Okay, it's cleared up now. It's cleared up now. Razar, it's all good now.
Go on.
But that's the point, man. You know? So this is a gospel unto repentance, man. You know, this is a gospel to turn to do the right thing. That's what seeking the Lord is. That's what we do. And Lord, we ain't saying we're perfect. You know. Remember when they came to the Lord and said, "Good master," and he said, "None is good except the Father." So we're not saying, "Oh, we're good at," you know, because we got the garments on, and we come out here and we try and we ain't good. You know, all that we are is through Yahweh Shai. But in and of ourselves, we're pieces of shit. We ain't coming out here talking like we're special, because we're not. All that we are is through Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But brothers still mess up in that, man. But the point is, at least we're seeking. That's why Yahweh Shai said, the Son of Man. Somebody pull it. Hold what you got, and pull where it says, "I have not come for the whole, but they that are sick need the physician."
I've got another quick one if I may, just to back you up.
Now I want that one first, and you got it. Go on, bro.
It's Matthew 9 and verse 12. It says here, "But when Yahushua heard that, he said unto them, They that be whole need not a physician."
Yeah, if you're in tip-top shape health, why are you going to A&E? What's it called in England? A&E, accident and emergency. in America they call it the ER, emergency room. You walking up into A&E, you got a full bill of health. Why are you there? Why? Oh, I'm here for an appointment. What's wrong? You know, you call the GP. You know, in England, you gotta get on the phone at like 7:58.
Yeah.
Yeah. You call at 7:59 and there's already 12 people in
Yeah.
it. How do we do that? But anyways, you on the phone to the GP. Yeah, I want to see the doctor because yeah. And something about the UK, I strongly believe, I say this facetiously, to get the GP answer the phone job, it's are you rude?
Yeah.
If you're rude, you got the job. Here it is, you got sick people calling up to go GP, general practitioner, yeah, general blood clot practitioner, doctor, yeah, tapping away, and you call up and they're being rude to you. It's crazy, man.
And an insult to your injury.
Into the injury, man. But you don't call up and say, well, I'm perfectly fine. I just want to have a chat. They're going to be like, you're wasting time. There are actually sick people here, by the way, that need to see the doctors. So if you're fine, then that's it. Remember, back in the day, it just used to be 999. Then it was police or fire brigade or ambulance. Now they started introducing all these other lines. 111, 101, 119, whatever. You know, and it's like, what the hell, man? I ain't used to that. You know, you hardly call the ambulance or police, but it's whenever you get through to them, it's some alternative lines.
Yeah.
Don't call 999, call 111.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. Yeah, because they're trying to differentiate now. You got a lot of people doing bullshit calls. You know? Bullshit calls, man. I remember one time I got told I was a baby. A lot of babies do this, man. For some reason, remember you had landlines?
Yeah.
Babies always call 999.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's strange, innit? I did that. And the ambulance came, what's wrong? I mean, all the babies messing around with the phone. You know? Something about that 999. It blocks up. But you know what? I'm not even going to say that on camera. Because the Lord can have you do that so that you jam up the line. So
someone died.
Yeah! Oh shit, man.
Unless you're doing the Lord's work, isn't it? Little man's being command of the Lord.
Hey, what we got, man? Let's go.
Just to back you up, man, some quick ones.
Shit.
Romans 3:23, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High.
Right, so who can sin? Israelites. Right. Because you gotta establish that. Sin isn't an option to the whole of humanity. Sin is really only an option to Israelites. Now, albeit you have the man of sin, because he's dead set against the constitution of the Heavenly Father, which is the laws, statutes, and commandments. But who can actually transgress the law? It is the Israelites. Somebody hold Psalm 147 and 19. That will prove that the people that can keep the covenant are the Israelites. Therefore, the only people that can break the covenant are who? The Israelites.
Yeah, I'll put that.
Let's go.
You call for something else. It's like it. But this is 1 John 3:4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law,
Right.
for sin is the transgression of the law.
Beautiful. Now, let's go to Psalm 147. Since we read that, who was the law given? Because it's saying, what is sin? Beautiful. Now let's see who that law was given unto.
This is Psalms 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh.
There you go. So it's the Lord. The Lord gave the statutes and the judgments unto Jacob. We know that Jacob's name was changed to Israel, Yasha Allah. He is the prince of the power. He is the prince of God, right? And he had his sons, and there is the birth of the nation, the 12 tribes, man. Okay? So the only people that can break that's like saying, for example, I don't know, you go to a random woman on the road, and she's got a wedding band on her wedding finger. Oh, excuse me, what's your name? My name's Sally. Sally, you cheated on me. Well, how? that wedding band isn't a covenant between you and Sally. It's between Sally and the next man. You can't just walk up to a random person and say, you cheated on me. No, that covenant was established, not with you.
Right.
So it's the same thing. How can everyone now be a sinner when the covenant of agreement was only established between Yahweh and Israel? And it even says he has not dealt so. He's not even just saying, all right, I'm dealing with you, but he's also made it clear, I ain't dealing with you. So you got 18 nations, the Lord chose one unto himself, and 17 of them are just sidemen characters. Now you got a main side man. The main side man is who? Esau, Edom. Because really, this whole existence, the storyline is based upon Jacob and Esau.
Yep.
Israel and Edom.
Main character.
That leaves you with what? 16 other nations that are just there as background characters. Now, albeit they've had their fair share of interactions with Israel, but still, the main two characters is Jacob and Esau, Israel and Edom. Okay? Y'all know them niggas are just sidemen. You're just there to just help out in that, man. You know, just find a corner and stand. You know what I mean? That's what you're good for, man. Right? Let's go up.
Amos 3 verse 2. You only have I known of all the families.
So lucky, it left my head, but read that, but someone get the one, out of all pits thou hast chosen thee one lamb.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Yeah, so the Lord has only known us from all the families of the earth, meaning that we're the only nation the Lord has brought to covenant, to give his secrets, to show his way. Let's get the one I called for, and then someone else get the one where it says, not because you were the largest, but you were the least of all nations.
Right, this is second Ezra's.
You gotta let the precepts talk, man.
Yep.
You know, we just, you know, even at the camp, we're really the sidemen.
Yeah.
The Bible is the main character, man.
Commentate.
We're just here to, precept.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing too much talking. You're trying to make the Bible the side, man. The Spirit ain't dealing with that, man.
This is second.
We're the side, man. We let the Bible talk through the Holy Spirit, bro.
Second Ezra's 5, starting in verse 23.
If I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. We ain't here to just talk shit. We're here to uplift Yahweh Shai. Behold, I come in the volume of the book. It's written of me. So what have we got to do? Read the book. Sorry? Oh, you like the outfits? Yeah. It's cultural wear. It's from the Middle East. Mainly Israel. Yeah.
Are you kind of obviously talking about what's going on?
No, we're not. What we're teaching is that.
You don't mind me
No, of course, it's totally fine. What we teach is that we are the true Israelites. You may be aware of the term Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, the real terminology for Jews, for your understanding, is really Israelites.
Right.
From the land of Israel.
Okay.
So we're teaching according to the Bible that these people, which you may know in today's speak, Negroes, Hispanics, all of that, we are broken up into 12 tribes, and we are the real Israelites, the real Jews of the Holy Bible.
Oh, good for you.
That's what we're teaching. Where are you from?
Me, originally, I've been here majority of my life.
Yeah.
London,
No, but like ethnicity, your father. English.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, you may be one of us too. You never know, because the seed of Israel has spread throughout all the nations.
Yeah.
So.
My
Hey.
my clients are from Israel. as
Israel.
well, Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Israelis, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So good for you.
Yeah.
Keep
Hey, look,
going.
man. Hey, look. All I can say to you is, hope you're an Israelite. You believe in God?
Yes, I do.
What? Church, Muslim, Christian,
Christian.
Christian. You go to church.
I go to church.
Okay. Well, keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up, man.
Yeah. Every single person has their own own different path in life, their own different religion.
No, sure,
you know?
sure.
And it's like, everyone believes in what they believe in. The majority of people that are English, people that live here, doesn't matter what colour you are, what race you are, what nationality you are. Some believe in Lord Jesus Christ, some people believe in other aspects. It's each to their own. If we all respect everyone's culture and religion, there is no issue. So go and enjoy your day. God bless you all.
Yeah. You too. Take care. Have a nice afternoon.
Nicola, by the way, nice to meet you.
Nicola. Hey, take care, Nicola.
You too,
Have a
my
nice
brother.
day.
God bless.
God bless. Could be a son, could be a man, probably a man, could be a man. Fuck Nicola.
You can tell by his body language he want to come over.
Nicola. 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 Nicola, what are you doing?
And you've got to throw the
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Anyway. But again, the scriptures say, where is it? Dances on the way, soft dances on the way.
Do what you want, do religion, they're in their path, they're on their path.
That's that.
See, we talk like that, yeah? People think we're exaggerating. That's how they talk. You're on your whatever path you're on, yeah, my clients, Israelis, yeah, whatever path you're on. Yeah, it's true, whatever your path you're on, the deceive and the are his. So whatever path you're on is true. Do it. We agree with Nicola. Do what the hell you want to do, because at the end of the day, what you're programmed to, what you think you want to do, is from on high. So be a Christian, be a Muslim, be an Israeli. Do it. We're okay. More power to Nicola. I'm messing, man. Go on, man.
We was going to read this one. This is 2 Ezra 5. Did you want it about the pit or the people?
The whole thing.
Okay,
but
cool.
The couple of verses.
Right, so this is 2 Ezra 5 and 23. And said, O Lord, thou that bearest rule of every root of the earth.
He's gonna make her go home and do the dishes as punishment.
Yeah.
Watch them dip black gazes, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Hey, England's a funny environment, man.
There you go. And he said, O Lord, thou that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only one vine. And of all the lands of the whole world,
One vine, meaning that the Lord's favorite tree is the grapevine, because the Lord's favorite drink comes from the vine, which is what? Yayan, wine. Now you got grape juice, and then you got fermented grape juice, which is yayan. You know, so the Lord's favorite tree is the vine tree, because it bears fruit to one of the most pleasurable drinks there are. Either grape juice, non-fermented. Because you got people that think, right, they only drink wine. You don't give wine to a kid, are you? Or a child, rather. Grape juice is bomb too. So you could drink it non-fermented, or you could drink it fermented, which is wine. Go on.
and of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit.
The one pit is where? The landmass of Israel. Which, by the way, the borders of Israel today is fucking minute to what Israel really is. The whole Saudi Arabia region, that's all Israel. Okay? You know? How the hell you gonna produce forevermore and you in where Israel is right now?
It's penguins.
What the hell? What's that all about? Yeah. You know, little rats, you'll be like them.
Yeah.
Spiritual power, just
Bumping into people. Come on, man. You're going to need I remember the Lord said, the Lord who expandeth the heavens as the curtain. So the earth is going to be bigger anyway. But the borders of Israel is really all Saudi Arabia, all of that is Israel, man. You know, that 1948 declaration, you're trying to make it, see, that's just it. Now they're fighting with Gaza and that. Gaza. You know, he had Sadiq Khan go up there, that Arab way of saying Gaza. Gaza. You're fighting with Gaza. As if that's meant to draw on your heartstrings. Oh my God, the Palestinians. Like, man, shut the fuck up. You had Trump come over here the other day, and little boy the UK.
Yeah.
He was smacking Keir Starmer on the back, like, hey, that's a good little boy.
Yeah.
You know, Trump just came over to the fucking UK and little boy the UK. Started laughing during Keir Starmer's speech and patted him on the back like he's a kiddo. Talking about, oh, I requested for the worst mayor is Sadiq Khan. I requested that he's not here, but he's here, and but he's the worst mayor. How can you go to a person's country and start dissing who's in office? Trump just, America just little boy the UK.
Yeah.
And now the funny thing is, I was reading the comments, you got people saying, yeah, the UK is the little brother of America. But according to biblical prophecy, America got born out of the fucking UK.
That's right.
The seventh which gave birth to the eighth.
Right.
So even though the United States of America has overthrown and become larger, its real origins is from over here.
Right.
Now you got Trump coming on here, laughing at you during your speech.
But there's levels to things as well. Forgive me for chiming in, but those politicians that you saw in that ceremony with Trump, they're not the ones who actually run this shit. So you've got the real puppet masters, which is the Rothschilds. They were nowhere to be seen there. So when it comes to who's on the real level, Trump will be doing that around them. No, Trump. But he can do it around obviously Keir Starmer and Sadiq Khan. But around those higher ups, Trump would be on his best behaviour.
Of course.
He said Sadiq Khan is a nasty person. I got the image. Can I show it on the camera?
Yeah, go. Let me see that. Let me see.
See his body language. He said, "That's my friend."
Oh, yeah, that's my friend. Yeah.
Try to wheel him back.
Didn't they also expose Trump by someone was shining photographs of him and Epstein on Windsor Castle?
Yeah.
So he's a nasty person.
That goes into the scripture of shameful
Keir Starmer
said,
said,
"That's
my friend."
Where we at? Where we at?
If you can see it.
Back in 2nd Ezra 5 and 25, that's 5 and 24, and of all the flowers thereof one lily, and of all the depths of the sea thou hast filled the one river.
Right, so the Lord's favorite plant or flower is the lily. Okay, Yahweh, and we're talking about Yahweh. Yahweh's favorite tree or vine is the vine. His favorite land is Israel. His favorite flower is the lily. All right, read the one about the pit.
And of all the lands of the whole world thou hast chosen the one pit.
Israel. The Lord's favorite landmass is Israel. That's why he gave it to his chosen people. Okay, you got fucking pieces of shit out there talking about, oh, Israel's in Kenya, or Israel's in Ethiopia, or Africa on the whole is Israel. What are you talking about, man? That the prophecies don't even add up.
That's moving the goalposts in the biggest way.
What are you talking about? The Lord, hey man, whatever man. But there you go, okay? So the Lord's favorite landmass is Israel. Any more?
Yeah. And of all the builded cities thou hast hallowed Zion for thyself.
To Zion, the monument of the Lord. All right, Israel. Okay, and you have Mount Zion, the high point within Israel, the holy mount of the Lord. Okay, because remember you had the Temple Mount. So that whole within the holy area, you see the Garden of Eden is really the temple. So Zion is like the holy of holies, the hill of Zion. And then you got the people Zion, to Zion, which are the Israelites, which means my monument. You know? So you know people got ornaments in the house. You know, I remember growing up in the house, man. When you went to your grandparents' house, yeah, that cabinet with all kind of crystals and decanters, boy, if you kick the ball on, you know,
It's game over, lights
boy,
out.
licks for your tail, boy. And there's certain things you just can't touch. You can't touch that glass. You can't touch that plate. Yeah? So it's the same thing, because the Lord sees Zion as a monument to him. It's his ornament piece, because that's Israel. And according to the land, it's Mount Zion. Okay? The Lord's monument. Go on.
It says, and of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named me one dove.
The Lord's favorite bird is a dove. And if you realize, check it, just reading the scripture here, the Most High's favorite thing is always the humblest of them.
Yep.
He ain't chose the eagle, the highest flying bird, or the crow, the scariest bird alive. He chose a humble dove.
Yeah.
Of all plants and trees, he never said the oak tree, the biggest and tallest. He chose a little lily. Of all the rivers, he chose Jordan. So you can even see humility in, like, how do I say it? The Lord don't look at big things as grand and the best. You could be small and so-called inferior, but the Lord sees that as more valuable and precious unto himself. Again, that's why he said, not because you were the largest of all. Someone's holding that, right? Hold that, and then let's read that.
This is Deuteronomy 7 and verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest.
Because that's a carnal mind, right? I'm going to choose the biggest nation for me. No, we were the fewest in all people, man.
Like King David and his brothers.
You know, yeah, there you go. You know, David was a stripling at the time, man. You know, so it's like the Lord don't look at the outward, man. He looks at the inward. The Lord looks at the potential and grows that. Because if you so-called the finished product, you're really prideful. The same goes for the truth. You know, you come in the truth, you guys want to act like they're the made character already. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You just got here, man. I just got here. We just got whatever. Nah, because, yeah, I'm just on fire arc and rock. It's like, all right, man. All right. And you can come in like that, and then you can see, like, a guy will learn over time, like, the Lord will humble him down. He'll get broken and built back up. But then you got people that they stay on that. This macho mode, and after 4 years, where are they to be seen? Because you can't work with that. Remember, somebody hold the scripture, I am the potter and ye are the clay. We have to be malleable in this truth. We have to be fluid, we have to be flexible to be able to be molded. And how does that come? Through humility. So the Lord brings us low. He puts hell on your ass. You know, breaks you down, makes you think you're going crazy. Bring you to the point of death even. Just to build you back up how he wants you to do. But if you come like you know, you go B&Q, you see them at the back, you got the flower section. Yeah. And you see them big porcelain pots with flowers in it, and you know, the bamboo sticks coming out. Like, you can't mold a pot that's already hard.
Yeah.
All you can do is pick it up and drop it and it breaks. But what do? You apply fire to it and it becomes that, you know, that clay again. The pottery class with the thing spinning and
Finest fire.
so we gotta go through fire, man. You know, to be changed and built up how the Lord wants us to be.
If I may, Brother Bishop, it's like just one point on what you said. There's an old, Benjamite saying, you've got to bend the branch when it's young.
Yeah.
For example, like when the tree's young and still coming up, you can kind of position the using those sticks you just mentioned, bamboo sticks. You can position the branches so it will grow in a certain way. But when that when that plant reaches a certain age, and you try and bend the branch, what happens? It snaps. So you know, that's an example of us, how the Lord works with us. You know, while we're still able to be molded and adapted, he can work with us. But once we become too proud, as the saying goes, you're just going to break. What don't bend will break.
That's why the Lord said he hates that pride. You got that?
Yeah.
Read that.
Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and the haughty spirit before a fall.
Yeah, so you gotta be humble, man. And that pride is like, you know, it's just fueled off the flesh. It's fueled off the flesh. It's just like, I and me and this and that. Even in the even in the work, you know, that's why the scripture says, we're saved through grace and not by your works of the law. Someone see if they can get that. Because even in the truth, man, you can like, well, I keep the high holy days, I keep the Sabbath, I don't eat the pork, yeah? I only eat the fish with the scales, the fins and the scales. I don't care, you know? Because you could do all of that, but in the simplest things of charity and humility, you can't do. For example, the young man, the rich young ruler. Remember, he went to Yahweh Shai and had a conversation.
Good master, what shall I do?
And he said, all these things I have kept from my youth up. Yahushua said, sell your riches, give to the poor, and come follow me.
Sticky myself.
You put the hands up, you start walking back. Oh, don't know about that. You know, he didn't know about that, man. He could hack that. So he was doing all the works of the law, but without the receiving of Yahweh Shai and gaining Yahweh Shai, even the law can just make you prideful. How about that? If you ain't got, that shows us the greatest law is the law of faith, as the scripture says. Because you can do everything according to the law, which really you can't. You know what I mean? But to the best of your ability, you could be an excellent law keeper and a piece of shit at heart. Yep, did this, did that, did this, did that. Yep. But you ain't got faith, you ain't got charity. You don't have mercy. You don't have balance. All you got is instruction keeping. The Lord ain't looking for instruction keepers, man. Because you can be an instruction keeper and a piss taker at the same time. That's what the wicked ones of the Pharisees were doing. That's why Yahweh cast them out and said, you guys are putting extra laws on top of the laws to make it a burden onto the people, man. So you can be a good instruction keeper and a piece of shit. I ain't looking for no fucking instruction keepers, because you know what Jake is good at doing? Finding loopholes.
Yep.
They get them loopholes, they become a damn demon, but outside to everybody in the flesh, I'm so holy. That's why you had the man outside praying, oh Lord, I thank you. That's what you got?
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Go on.
This is Luke 18:10. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, Most High Power, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican.
Yeah, so imagine that. You praying in the temple, and there's nothing wrong with pay. See, there's certain places you can pray in congregation. If people read that scripture, don't pray, pray by yourself at home, they think you can never pray with people. No, there was particular hours of prayer where Israelite men went into the temple and offered prayer together. You could be standing next to me, I'm standing next to you, we're all doing our prayer, but we're all praying to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? So you could be next to a guy and you've got to picture it. I'm saying it so you can picture it. I'm well to do, you're not so well to do, but we're both offering prayer to the Most High. Oh God, I'm not like him. And you start edging away. What the fuck is that, man? Again, that is self-validation. I keep Sabbath. I pay tithes. I do this. I do that. I do that. I do that. Him, he don't look right. So, I'm going to measure up to him based on what? Your ability to keep the law? So again, I stress the point. Keeping the law is a catalyst for pride where the true essence of the law is not sourced. The true essence of the law is faith. What the law does, it shows us that we need help. If anything, the law should humble us, because this is the standard and I ain't like that. Yeah. I need to be humble. But what niggas do is flip it and, well, if I keep 8 out of 10, I'm good.
That's what Muslims do as well.
That's crazy, man. To the point where you had a man, you looking at another man in the parable saying, I ain't even like this dude. I'm better than you. That's crazy. The truth can drive some people to the point of thinking, I'm better than you. That's wild, man. Let's keep reading.
Right, this is verse 12. I fast twice a week, and I give tithes of all that I possess. And the publican standing afar off would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Most High Power, be merciful unto me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other, for everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased.
Right, so outwardly you can have a guy doing the right thing, but he's the biggest demon. Because he weren't praying that. See, to pray a prayer like that in pride and confidence, he must have some carnal works behind it. Nigga was paying tithes. The things he was praying about, all he does, he was actually doing it. The Lord don't say it in the parable, but the other guy came and said, Lord, I'm a sinner. He could have just come from committing adultery. Who knows? He could have just come from lying. He could have just come from stealing. But his heart was in the right place of, I'm fucked up, man.
Right.
So you could have a guy doing all the right things and he's the fucking demon.
Ticking the boxes.
Ticking the fucking boxes, and you got a guy that can come from ultimate sin and says, help me.
Contract spirit.
And then the Lord said, who went to the house justified? The publican. The man just came from a whole heap of fuckery. Sorry to put it like that. He just did some wild ass shit, but realized I'm fucked up, man. Lord, have mercy on me. The Lord likes him more than the tick box guy.
Yep.
You put the bound on the cross.
Beautiful. They were thieves.
Yeah.
That means days before that, they were, you know, gunpoint. You got nigga. You know what I mean? Probably had the knives in that, covered their faces up. They got caught though. And one of them is of the elect. And Yahweh guarantee, you know how powerful that statement was of the Lord? Today you'll be with me in paradise. Meaning that we're going to die, all three of us going to die and go to the exact same place. The wicked one, off that Yahweh, guess where? He ended up to? Paradise too.
Yeah.
It's just that he ain't of the elect.
Yeah.
So he going to come back on the earth as a nigger.
Doing the same crime.
The same fucking crimes. But then the one who said, Lord, have mercy on me, remember me when you come into your kingdom, the Lord said, today gonna be me in paradise, meaning we all three of us gonna die shortly, but guess what? Your spirit is of the elect.
Just get this one.
So you can fuck up. But if you got a sincere heart to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and you try not to do that stuff again, and you truly repent, the Lord rates you more than a tick box guy. Again, this truth ain't about fronting, man. Looking a particular way. You know, you got people that they think you got to come a certain way. And then it's like, you know, we was talking about that a few weeks ago. Well, I just don't think that's right. But how do you know? Since when did you set the standards of what's right and wrong? And even if a brother is so-called, what do you call it, a contrary character, how do you know he's still not of the elect? You don't know that, man. The Lord, Yahweh Shai, he openly gave more ratings to people that were off-key to the flesh than people that were so-called on the right path. Did he not rate the adulterer, go and sin no more? Did he not rate Zacchaeus, a fucking fraudster?
Yeah.
Today salvation has come to your house. The centurion who was looked at as a sellout for joining the Roman army, which was more than likely, no, not more than likely, had to be an Israelite. I have not seen a great faith like this in Israel. Meaning that, not to say he's the greatest man of faith in Israel, but that his faith was great. The Lord showed more verbal ratings to people that the general population will look down on.
Yeah.
More than the people that were meant to have it on point. Most of the Lord's verbal back and forths were with people that were doctors of the law. Now there were people that were just pieces of shit, heathens. Remember that the woman, he said, what, you know, he cursed her out. But the point is, most of the Lord's back and forth, people that were claiming to have it on point. And the people that were fucked up is the people that he openly rated. Because why? Their heart was in the right place. Again, as we started out, this is probably what the Spirit wants to come out. We teach a gospel of repentance, man. Seek, what's the first precept you brought? Seek the Lord while he may be found. This is this is for sick people. This is for people that are fucked up. This is for people that are sick and fucked up. But what's the key element? Acknowledge that they're sick and fucked up. You're trying to play perfect on earth, well then you don't need the Savior then. Go figure it out yourself. Go get the kingdom yourself. But you're going to fail because there's only one way to the kingdom. There's only one way back to the Father, which is through Yahweh Shai. And who did he come for? The sick. We're going to keep it real, brothers, man. That front in, oh, yeah. I'm just, yeah. Yeah.
Got it together.
Yeah. You know that? Yeah. How are you? And you start looking at people like, I don't do that. I don't do that. Oh, he does that, but I don't do that. You know?
Let's go, man. This is Philippians 2 and verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
Right, so that prayer. You praying to the Lord to connect to the Most High through the Son, right? And with the Creator and that, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But that prayer was to put a next man down. So that's strife and vainglory. I'm not like that. I'm better than you. That's vainglory, man. Well, you can have a brother that, you know, makes particular amount of mistakes in that. You know, even in the truth, man, you may have a guy like, he keeps getting got on. You know, he gets cursed out consistently, and you start thinking you're better than him. Nah, your week is coming, bro.
Yeah.
She ain't come yet. You know, you start saluting a brother all condescending. Yeah, shalom. Yeah, do better. Yeah. Yeah, you don't. But next week that might be you. Might be you don't know. You think you got it together, because you know what piece of nigga shit is well in the truth? You got guys that they feel stronger when another brother's weaker. We know niggas like that, man. They feel more solid in their position when you're struggling. When it's like, wait there, are you there to bring me down or to try to help me, man? What's up with you, bro?
They're using you to stay afloat.
You know, the walk is a bit more confident, you know, the voice is a bit more assertive. But then on the flip side, when you get stronger, they get nervous.
Yeah.
Why are you fucking intimidated? I'm not intimidated, but you are. Because your validation of feeling good is exactly like that nigga who went to the temple to pray. Lord, I'm better than him. Yeah. You know what? I talk to myself as well, first and foremost. A lot of brothers, shut the fuck up, man. Real talk, man. Shut your fucking mouth, bro. You keep your demonic thoughts to yourself. And if you was a righteous man, we pray that the Lord purges your thoughts, man.
That's right.
Because a lot of you fucking think some bullshit about brothers, man. You up in a man's face saluting him all sheepishly and yeah. I know you don't like me, man, but it's cool. And the Lord revealed things, man. And the Lord will reveal things. You just think it's, oh no, it has to be like that, man. You start thinking shit about, man. Shut your fucking mouth, man. Because again, verbally, the people that Yahweh Shai rated were the people that everyone else looked down on.
Preacher.
So as the saying goes, put that in your pipe and smoke it, bitch. How about that? Go juggle them marbles together. The people that everyone was thinking rubbish about, Yahweh Shai rated them, man. You gotta start talking about Zacchaeus more, man. You know how he was a fucking fraudster, man. Defrauding people. You know what they say? Don't mess with a man's money and don't mess with his family. Zacchaeus was doing both. Because your money is attached to your family. If I'm frauding you can't provide for your peoples. Zacchaeus was a fucking fraudster. Probably Nigerian.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm messing, man. 419 master. He could have been any of the tribe, but that's the point, no. But Yahweh Shai actually called him out in public and said, I'm coming to chill with you. You know how much of a statement that was? You know how much uproar that would have caused? Yahweh Shai. You know, Jake, they start stuttering. What you mean you're going to Zacchaeus?
What is?
You know, you imagine, oh, what the backside? You know. I got a name. Oh, okay.
Can I finish this bubble show?
Hold on. You know, so it's like, yeah. You know, you got Zacchaeus there and Yahweh Shai called him out of the tree, man. Like, yeah, come, bro, I'm coming to chill with you. Me? And you know what? On the contrary, we're not condoning being wicked and shit. Because if you are fucking up, you gotta try and fix that. But the point is, what did Zacchaeus do? Because Yahweh Shai simply recognized him, he gave back to the poor. And he gave back a multiple fold of everyone he stole from. Sometimes all it takes is like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? That's all. Like, get it together, bro. Because you never know, that could be Yahweh Shai talking through you to a brother. Or that could be Yahweh Shai talking through a brother to you. What are you doing, bro? Like, you know that's wrong. That's all it took. Yahweh Shai didn't go to his house and start slamming the table, you know, flipping the tables over, you know, smacking his kids. You know, your dad's a dickhead. You know what I mean? Nah, man. Like, he chilled and ate with him, and no doubt reasoned with him, like, so Zacchaeus, man, what's up, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm hearing that you're stealing from people, you know. He's at the dinner table with Yahweh Shai eating the food. I stop it, man. Yeah, sorry, Lord. And he gave back. Yeah. So you could be a guy that is being an arsehole to brothers, but then you could end up being cool. Like Saul. Saul thought he was doing the work of Yahweh, but he was being an absolute arsehole onto pretty much murdering. Was it Stephen? Stephen got killed at the hand of Saul. Not meaning that Saul was the one that actually killed him or stoned him, but he's the one that commissioned his death for him to be stoned. Saul was killing the early believers and turned out to be one of the most powerful apostles, albeit not the head, but he's one of the most powerful apostles, the majority writer, author of the New Testament. But previously he was killing believers. So the Lord's hand is not short. He cannot save. He can turn brothers around, but sometimes it's just like, all you need is a what are you doing, bro? Now, we're going to read, certain brothers, what are you doing moment has to be more drastic than others. Some brothers just need actually a what are you doing. Other brothers, hey, the Lord may have to fuck your shit up a whole lot more for you to realize what are you doing. But at the end of the day, this is a gospel of what are you doing? Repent. Like, what are you doing, bro? What the fuck was you doing before the truth? What was I doing before the truth? What was you? Who's just niggas in some way, shape, or form?
Wasn't we talking about that before today?
Busy going nowhere. Like, what the fuck were you doing? This is why this truth is precious to us, man. Because we remember remember from whence thou art come. God forbid, imagine 10 seconds without this truth. God forbid, man. And in the last 10 years of your life, you'll be like, well, damn, I'll be dead in jail or just still out there lost. Let's read.
Yeah, just finish this one off because it's important to what you're saying. Romans 15, so it's like Philippians 2 and 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than themselves.
Yeah, so you gotta build brothers up, edify, man. You know, and there's an element of that which is, how do I say it, man? How do I put it right? It's like, even if it's not exactly true, you're saying it as encouragement. You know what I mean? Like, there's righteous gassing a man up. It's one thing lying, but there's another thing. You kind of got to exaggerate to brothers that they're doing well. It's encouragement. What else you going to do? Telling me he's a piece of shit all day long? You know what I mean? We're here to build each other up. That's why the scripture says the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. You could know your, you know what I mean? You could know you're better than a brother at a particular thing. You could just tell him that he's equally as good. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm giving practical examples. Because you got that know-it-all demon. I was thinking about it in the week. You just got a sharp mind for whatever reason. And by the way, you can have a sharp mind and the Lord can take it. I've seen that happen. You know all the precepts, you know everything, and then give it 4 or 5 years and you scratching your head. That's a humbling process. Doesn't mean you're not a man of the Lord. It just means that there's a certain level, you see, because there's knowing where to go in the book and there's knowing where you've been in life. Those are two different dynamics. I'll say that again. There's knowing where to go in the book. Oh, I know that. And there's knowing where you've been in life. When you live the precepts, it's totally different of a dynamic to just knowing where it is in the Bible. Oh, Genesis, that's the beginning. How you going to deal with the beginning of hell, though? So, over time, your ability to remember scriptures may, but it's okay because you've grown in how to live them. But that know-it-all demon, oh, I know this, and I know that, and I know this, and I know that. And then you can start to look at, bro, well, he don't know that. And then you could think you're greater than him. It happens, man. Oh, he don't know that. Or a brother may not be able, a good orator as another person. And he don't talk. Because, you know, guys, man, Jake want to introduce that corporate shit into the truth. You can't corporately package a sermon, right? Oh, well, I'm not watching his video because his delivery. Well, fuck you then. Certain people get views because they can talk a certain way, and it's not that brother's fault. He's just good at talking. That's a blessing from the Lord. But if you're only watching because he talks good, and the way he packages the message is up your street, then there's a good chance you're not of the elect. You could have a brother, it takes him 5 minutes to find a scripture. You watching the video, it's just, right, okay, and then he eventually finds that scripture. That might be a deeper lesson in the spirit than the well-packaged guy. The discipline is, are you willing to sit there and wait for the brother to find? This is just an example. Are you willing to sit and wait there for the brother to find the precept? Oh, this is boring. You should have just done it again. Click off. You watch some other video. I remember years ago, about 10 years ago, no, it has to be over 10 years ago, when the apostles used to do videos in the studio. Apostles to ours all the time. Remember the end of the world blue sign in the back? It's when they were just called the elders, right? And there was a particular precept Apostle Tahar called for, and they couldn't find it. Do you know that they sat there for about half an hour in silence looking for it? Now a nigga would be like, this is too long. You did it? What you doing? What you doing? I'm gonna click off.
Impatient.
You know what brothers did? Brothers sat there and just watched silence. None of the apostles said nothing. They were just looking for this precept. Guess what? You could have fast forwarded, but there could have been 5 seconds of gold, and that was gold. So brothers just sat there and watched the whole thing in silence for half an hour. That's that packaging, man. Why, he didn't say that right. He didn't read that correct. And he bugging out over presentation. Well then, what did the Lord say? Somebody pull that. It's back though. It's back though.
And you know what too? Things in the spirit too, right? Because sometimes, not sometimes, when the apostles are teaching and the edification coming out, and it's so overwhelming. Who says the Lord says, put a pause on it just for a little bit? For you to understand and make it seep in.
Oh, you know what? Brilliant. You said that. Hold that. Someone go to Revelation. There was silence in heaven for half an hour. That's right on your point. That's right on your point. John was seeing the visions and it was too much. So then the Lord actually paused it for half an hour. People want to, what's the spiritual breakdown of that? Not everything has a spiritual breakdown. It was just fucking half an hour of nothing being shown. So that's right on your point. The Lord can do that. Because you can think I'm ready for more. And then you're not ready for more. It's overwhelming. Remember back in the day, I used to watch them, remember when the apostles did marathon classes? Yeah, man. And you finish the video, you get a headache.
Bro.
Yeah, whoa. Because you're eager to take it in, but it's like, it's heavyweight stuff in the spirit.
This is, you ready?
You go.
Revelation 8 and verse 1. And when he had opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour.
That's it. There ain't no magical breakdown, there ain't no mystical nothing. No, because the half an hour really means, no. In other places in scriptures, it means that kind of stuff. In this go around, it literally meant for half an hour, nothing was being shown to John the Beloved. So there ain't nothing wrong if nothing's coming through for a period of time. You know, you just got, as the brother said, you gotta fight the battle, you know, and you know, overcome the demons, man. How many times it's been happening to me lately, man? You go on the video, yeah, and then the precept comes to your head, then it goes.
Oh, that happens.
And then you want to bring it out, and it's like, oh,
shit.
the other day, about a month ago, Satan was fucking with me, man. The precept came and left. It happened 4 times, and I'm on live, and I'm like, I remember it, but let me finish this point. And I remember oh shit. And it came back. It happened 4 times. I'm kind of bugging.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, spiritual warfare. Because remember, who allows us to understand and bring out the precepts? Who tells us what to go through next? The Holy Spirit. Which is, the Holy Spirit is what? Angels.
Right.
So if the precept is getting blocked, it's for one of 2 reasons. The angels don't want it to come through.
Yes, yes.
Or, as you said, a
Yes.
demon is
Yes.
fighting
Yes.
to get that precept into your brain. So the angels are fighting the demons like, oh, let him bring it out.
Yeah. Wrestle not against flesh and blood.
You know? What we got?
I've got the one you called for, John the Baptist.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 11 and 16. I'll start at 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
The piping is what? The flutes, you know, the instruments. That's the music. You know? You know, like you go to them, well, I don't know about going to them these days, but remember you used to go to like parties and that, and like the DJ will put on certain songs and he'll do like a mix, and it's like, it's to rile the crowd up. And then you got a hype man on the mic, jump, jump, jump. You know what I mean? If the people ain't jumping, it's like, well, the music's getting played, you know, wheel it and all that, and people standing there, it's like, why are you not dancing? So it's the same thing, but spiritually, you know, from the elder apostles, the elder bishops, even their teachers, elders, brothers on down, you know, we've been doing all the tricks, the wheel it, the, you know, we got everything getting, you know,
To scratching it. Yeah.
you know, and it's like niggas just there like, yeah, oh Allah. Okay, what the fuck, man? What are you doing, man? I'm giving you waters of life, and you're talking about some fucking sallallahu alayhi wasallam Muhammad. What? It's the same thing. So we've piped onto you, and you've not danced. Another thing we used to get back in the day, Ario, I know you know this, man. Yeah, I'm coming back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're gonna be here.
Yeah.
10 minutes, never come.
10 minutes.
Soon
Or,
come, soon come.
you here next week, yeah?
What time?
Them niggas will ask the time, the
Every
location,
Saturday.
this, that, and you can see it in there. After a while, at first you believe them,
Yeah.
because we were still new. But then after a while, you can see in their eyes, this nigga ain't coming back, right?
You know what it is though? They may really 100% in their mind think, yeah, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
But the angel snatches it from their mind,
Yeah.
so they forget about the whole thing.
But that's the parable of the seeds.
Yep.
Some that fell on the wayside. The thorns choked it out. You get choked because the thorns could be your woman. Well, how many times have we seen that? You know, a man comes to the camp back in the day a lot. Every week it used to happen. And then the woman's like, babe! And he's like, you can see him,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
conflicted, like,
Yeah.
I want to stay, but then, and his arms start going out.
Like Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, and then he just starts walking off to the woman. And it's like, yeah, you got choked out before you even had a chance. Because ultimately, the Lord didn't want you. People get choked out by a job. You know, we know guys that got choked out by jobs and living conditions, man. You have niggas trying to make, oh, I like that guy. Moment of silence. Nice guy. To hell with nice guys. You think the Lord's going to give you a pat on the back because you're a nice guy?
Yeah.
You show them how to use internet and shit. No, you're of the elect because of that. Fuck off out of here, man. Don't work like that, man. Shit, I like the guy too, but he clearly fell off.
But it's not about who we like, it's about who
It's
most
who the Lord likes, man. You know what I mean, bro?
As the scripture says, the Lord have mercy on whom he will have mercy.
Mercy. Well, not in the case, the man I'm talking about, that don't go, bro. Because it says, if you turn your hand to the plow, you ain't making it, bro. So he would have been better off never coming into the truth and had a shot at mercy. But the fact that you partook and turn your hand to the plow, hey, you're not fit for the kingdom, man.
I got 3 cents for that.
Just one more verse to listen from me. At the point, Matthew 11.
I know where you're coming from. I did it to try and make excuses for a man, like, nah, but maybe, the scriptures are the scriptures. If you come in the truth and then you fall out, that's it. You ain't making it, man. It had been better for them to have not known the ways of righteousness. So really, this is going to sound out of pocket, but hear what I'm saying. You have a better chance of being a 100% nigger and the Lord has mercy on your ass for some reason, rather than come in and fall out.
Yeah, the man on the side of him, innit, before he died.
Just before he died. And he is of the elect. What work did he do?
Nothing.
You know,
Just faith.
nothing. All he had was the works of faith. At the very last moment. So you have a better chance of being an all-out nigger and hoping the Lord likes your ass for some reason in the reincarnation, rather than you coming in and being a cool guy for 2-3 years and then disappearing, walking off into the sunset. The sunset's going down.
Yeah.
The man just. Did you finish?
One more verse.
Yeah, it's you reading. Okay,
Matthew 11 and 18. For John came neither eating nor drinking,
Yeah.
and they say he have a devil.
Yeah, because you can be so possessed with the Holy Spirit, you actually know there's a spirit on you. You know? Hey, I say this, a lot of brothers are shy. In their natural personalities are just reserved. But then when you come onto the camp, it's like something comes over you. You don't mind going, you don't mind being out. Yeah, because it's a possession on the right hand side. You know? So John was showing the Holy Spirit. People was like, nah, there's an energy over here, man. Yeah, that energy was the right hand energy of power, the Holy Spirit. He didn't come, and John was a reserved person. You know, what was it? Locust and wild honey, man. That was his meat. You know, the apostles brought. I always thought so, but they confirmed it a couple of months ago. John didn't even wear fringes. He didn't wear fringes. He had was it camel skin? You know, that was rough, man. He didn't. You know that socializing spirit. Where we going? Where we going? He went into that. Yeah. John never came eating or drinking. They don't mean he didn't eat and drink. It meant that he didn't socialize with people.
Yeah.
He did the job and got the fuck out of there. No, John is a demon. You know. Who was his dad again? Was it Zachariah? Yeah.
It was Elizabeth and
Zachariah. Yeah. You know, that Elizabeth's son, what's up with him? You know, John was a Levite, man. So they cursed out John for how he came. Go on. What, the Son of Man?
Verse 19. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber.
So the Lord came sociable, man. You know what I mean? The Lord was interacting up in the mix. You know? The Lord went to parties, yeah? Ain't nothing wrong with going to certain parties, man. Now, we ain't advising that now, because we're in a totally different time. You may go to a party and get shot.
Yep.
So it's not advisable to go parties. But back then, went to certain parties, wedding parties. I think the first miracle was at a party.
Yep.
turned the water to wine.
So a guy would read that, right? That's the only time the Lord had fun. There was multiple marriages. The Lord and the disciples probably went to many marriage parties. You know? But we're in a different time now, so we kind of abstain from even being around your own family. Really and truly. To a degree. You could go, oh, that's my aunt though. That's auntie. You go to auntie and uncle and a family dispute breaks out about some land back in Jamaica or something. And now you got machetes coming out. You know, but bumper cutlass.
In the kitchen.
You know, yardman and the cutlass. Like a cutlass is a yardman's favourite weapon. You know?
But
Go out for the cutlass for your backside and bro, cutlass and pistols. Now you in the mix. Oh auntie, you know you got to supply. Uncle stop, bow. You know what I mean? You catch a stray. Brother not coming to camp no more. Or why? You went to his uncle's 73rd birthday. Yeah. You dying because you went to your uncle's birthday. So right now, although parties aren't wicked, we do what you want and move in the spirit. I ain't telling nobody what to do. But advice given from the apostles, abstain from that shit. Because you could go to a so-called kosher environment and still get clotted. Fuck your family, man. Now you got to supplant, you know what I mean? Your mum might be like, oh, you didn't wish me happy birthday. Just type happy birthday to her, man. It's not that deep. We know we don't go by that shit, but there's certain things you do to keep the peace. If it's a Christmas and they're cooking some food, I'll be real, I eat Christmas dinner. That's the one day a year, yeah, that the whole family goes in. You think I'm missing out on Christmas dinner, man? But you know what I do before I eat it? I bless it. Whatever curse and demonic holiday they're following, hey Lord, take that spirit off of it and bless this food, man. And you eat it. The apostle said you can do that. It's fine. You know what I mean? A guy over righteous, he all the best foods on the table. I'm not eating that because I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You fucking dickhead, man. Just eat the fucking food, man.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, man?
But I tell you what, there's so much food left over. You
Yeah.
have to take
Take
home
home.
to feed it for 2 more days.
Your auntie's trying to pack the container.
Yeah.
No, auntie, I'll go. Just eat the fucking food, man.
I remember a brother made mention of that years ago when I was newer in the truth, and he had a slew of people coming against him. You might have been abused around. I ain't gonna mention no names, but that's, you know. But he said that's, and as you say, the apostle. But people need to hear it, you know. But anyway, the point is that a lot of people didn't get it, man, and they started to come against it.
You can Christmas food. Why not? Why not? I ain't celebrating Christmas. The stipulations on that is for new believers is what? Eat not things that are
Sacrifice to idols.
idols and with blood in it, man. You know what I mean? By the end of the day, you can put a prayer on food and still consume that, man. Because the spirit of the Lord is more powerful than the left hand side, which is of the Lord anyway, but the right hand trumps the left. You know? Because then you could use the argument and say, right, it conflicts. Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, you shall go to an enemy for the want of all things. Show me an Israelite butcher shop. There ain't one. So unless you got your own farm and you're killing your own chicken and blood clot lamb, yeah, you gotta go to Mr. Halal. Halal gets sacrificed in the name of Allah.
Yeah.
So does that mean you don't eat from the butcher shop no more? What the hell? The curse said you're gonna go to your enemy. So you're gonna eat their enemy, you're gonna eat enemy food, yeah.
Sacrifice to their gods.
Sacrifice to enemy gods because we're under the fucking curses. What do you want? What has to happen? So I went to the butchers yesterday. I'll be real. It says halal meat. And with the, with the Turk man chopping it up, they sacrifice that to Allah. But you know what? It meets the criteria in that the blood is drained.
Yeah.
So when I go home and I season my food and I cook my food, I bless it in the name of the Lord.
Yeah. And your conscience is clear.
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Ha, Ma'akal, Washatar. Bless my food and drink.
Yeah.
Straight. All the demons of Islam is off for that shit now.
It's like even if you go to like Tesco or Sainsbury's and get the regular meat, how do you know that Esau doesn't have witches and warlocks praying over those slaughterhouses?
But they do. And you know what they be doing in them Sainsbury's and that? They be mixing pork juice with chicken.
Yeah.
So you could get some chicken breast, and you can get like the 5 chicken breasts in that flat pack.
It's been injected with
It's got pork juice on it.
Yeah.
So you think, oh, I'm eating a clean meat, you're consuming pork. So, hey, let's drop what we got. The spirit's changing. Unless you really want to get it out. But let's go to the one where it says, where the Lord told Ezekiel to eat the shit cakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you shall eat your bread defiled. Let's go, let's step it up to that here. We need the Lord, man. You know what I mean, bro? Minced meat, it's got pork in it. They can say it's beef, but it's got pork in it.
I've got it. Do you want to from the point?
Pork juice. Hey, brothers, man. I don't know how it is over in other countries, but in England, get your meat from the butchers. Because even minced meat now, you go to like Tesco or Sainsbury's, they've changed how the minced meat looks. It's all flat now. You know why they've done that? Because they're putting pork in it. But the FDA and these other administrations have changed it to where if there's a minority of something else in it, they don't have to declare it. So they're giving you GMO, flat pack slob, telling you it's beef. If you want, but if you go to Sainsbury's, for example, you have to go to, if you get beef mince meat from Sainsbury's, don't get regular beef mince meat. You have to go to the halal section. The halal section is still the old type of beef mince meat. But the new version of beef mince, you know that's all squiggly.
Yeah.
The new version is just flat slob in Sainsbury's and Tesco.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck is that? That's not how mince looks. So if you really want, I don't want to say good, but better quality, go to a butcher's. And at the butcher's we go and get fucking halal. So there's nothing wrong with halal. Another meat you can eat, I don't go to them because I just don't trust their hygiene. But another person you can go to is the Jewish people, kosher. Because although they're not the people, they slaughter the animals according to biblical principles. Now, again, it's off because they do it in the name of Hashem and Adonai. Hashem ain't fuck it, I'm trying to be corporate. Fuck that shit, man. The God of the so-called Jews, yeah, is Satan.
Yep.
So when they sacrifice their meat, they're doing it to Satan.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make it any better, but how they actually do it is according to biblical legislation. So you can eat kosher meat and you can eat halal meat. Anything else, there may be blood still in it. But the point is, we're in hell anyway. So we're going to make do until the kingdom at this point.
The thing is so defiled. I saw this video, and it came on my phone, how in Jamaica, they're serving kangaroo tail instead of oxtail meat. Oxtail.
No.
So now they're eating kangaroo. They've been selling kangaroo meat over there. Kangaroo tail as
oxtail.
Oxtail.
Yeah.
So it's just wicked. All the way you go, as you said, Captain, we just have to pray over our food, man. You don't know what you're eating.
That's wicked, man.
Wicked.
Well, in Moab, they're giving you cat and rat and telling you it's chicken.
Sweet and sour chicken.
That's sweet and sour rat, sweet and sour cat.
And fried rice.
Let's read that.
This is Ezekiel 4 from verse 12. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with the dung that cometh out of man in their sight. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
Yeah, so the Lord told Ezekiel to eat shit cakes, man, with human feces, man. And Ezekiel, and there's certain times, man, the Lord may say certain things and you just gotta be like, I ain't doing that. In righteousness, man, you kind of gotta put your foot up sometimes. Remember when Jacob wrestled with the angel?
Yeah.
He said, I will not let go until you bless me, man. There's certain times, I ain't saying step out of our place with Yahweh, but Hashem Yahweh Shai, but the Lord likes to see a fighting spirit. Like, fuck that, man. What the hell, man? You put me through so much hell, you have to bless me now. That's a righteous spirit. He said, I remember his hip, his joint came out.
Yeah.
You know, the hollow of his thigh. Yeah, and he said, I will not leave, I will not let go until you bless me. You kind of got to have that audacious spirit in humility. Like, no Most High, that's it now. We gonna do something about this. You gonna have to do something about this. Because you don't put me through too much shit, man. Yeah. Now, you gotta do something now, Lord. The Lord likes that spirit. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things, he's like, nah. So the Lord said to Ezekiel, go get human shit and bake that and eat it. Ezekiel said, what are you playing at, man? You take my phone. What's going on, man? Man said, what? But the Lord programmed him to do that. Because even when we have so-called, like, enough is enough, Most High, the Lord programmed us like that. He's going to bring you to your breaking point until you be like, hey, listen, man. Hey, Lord, man, what's up, man? What's up? And the Lord likes that. Gird up thy loins as a man and answer me. All that timid shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Nah, you think the Lord rates that because you're scared of him. No, the Lord wants you to be scared of him, but still bold, man. Approach him like a man. What the fuck's going on, man? You know? Not that you're talking to the Lord like that, but you can talk about your situation like that. I did that, man. You dog sick. Like, what the fuck's going on, man? What's gonna happen, man? If you're gonna kill me, then do it. I'm up for that. Whatever you're on, I'm on. but just do it. Heal me or kill me. That's how I was with the Lord. I'm praying, oh God, please. Yeah, you have that moment, but then it gets to a point where the pain is so much. Kill me then, or you on. Because whatever you're on. I'm obedient to your will, but just do it. What is dilly-dallying halfway there? No, kill me then, or heal me. Yahweh's like, that's my guy. And he starts moving for you. That Christian Timmy, oh God, please. And oh Lord. You're scared to look up. But no, man. Be a man.
Read that.
Be a fucking man, bro. That's word, man. Because that's real. That's real. You actually develop a relationship with the Lord. Like what the hell is going on here, man? Because remember, the Lord is bound by his word. He said that he would when he gives temptation, he'll make a way to escape. Elder Apostle Gabar always brings that out. Put me in remembrance of my words. You gotta throw the Bible back in Yahweh's face.
Yeah.
Not being, but being open. Well, you said, Lord, you go and do this. So what's up? Because you know what? It proves to the Lord that you really believe in him. And you really fear him. It's not just about making things better for me. It's whatever the conclusion is, let it be. If you're going to kill me, then go ahead and do it then. It shows that you believe in the Bible, man. That's that fucking Christian shit. You have the Bible there, you don't read it. You don't develop a relationship with the Lord because you don't read how the Lord got down with his prophets, man. And how the prophets got down with the Lord. Jacob said it, I ain't letting go, man. The fuck you think this is? But I've been fighting you all night. I'm fighting you, and you're going to just, yeah, I forfeit. Throwing the white towel. Fuck that, man. Bless me, man. I've been doing your work. I'm doing something, Lord. Because it shows that you can't do it. You're direct. I was gonna say indirectly, but no, you're not fucking indirect. You're directly telling the Lord, I can't help myself. You can. The Lord loves full reliance upon him. So he's gonna keep fucking you up until you acknowledge to him, I fully rely on you.
Yep.
You know that if Johnny, I was meant to do a lesson on that. I may do it this week. If the Lord spare life, I didn't do it last week. Forgot. You know when if Johnny had 5 apples, you know, if Johnny had 5 apples,
That one there is math
yeah,
question.
yeah, and he gives 3 to Sarah, how many does Johnny have? And you have the little kid, 6, and you beat the child. I said, if Johnny, we all been there, man. But hey, if Johnny had 5 apples, in real talk, that's us sometimes. The Lord keeps you keep wondering why you keep catching hell in the same capacity. Because you're not fucking learning the lesson. That's why. Oh, why does God keep doing this to me? Have you considered, am I learning? If you fucking learn, he would take that hell off you, man. Acknowledge it to him. That's what you got to do, man.
Who's that? Oh yeah, you had one first.
I mean, the Lord, for Pete's sake, man, the Lord killed his son and laughed at it, man. How shall I learn? Okay? So what the hell do you think he's going to do to us? If Yahweh can put his son to death and that makes him happy, what the hell would he do to us, lesser sons? Let's go, Ariel.
Genesis 32, and I'll start straight to the point. 24 says, and Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint. And as he wrestled,
so what were they doing? The man was an angel. They were grappling.
Grappling.
Talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know, the
MMA.
Gracie, MMA,
mixed
all
martial
of that.
arts.
They were
It's all
proper
of it.
getting it down. They were doing the whole shebang.
Yeah.
But at that point, when he took the hollow out of his thigh, he got Jacob in a grapple and snapped it so it came out of joint. His hip came out of joint, man. You know, and that shows you our ancient forefathers were warriors. To wrestle an angel, man? I mean, what are you on, bro? He was giving an angel a run for his money. So to wrestle an angel and be holding up the fight, because you remember, you got unfair fights. You know he's going to knock you out. Yeah, you got fair fights. That was a fair fight.
Jacob weren't punching above his weight.
He weren't punching above his weight. So to give an angel a run for his money, you know Jacob was a strong man.
And Esau held them licks in the room.
Combos, boy.
So the angel understands body mechanics.
Yeah.
You know, you look at these images where, some brothers into martial arts, where you see all the weaknesses and the weak spots of the body on the dummy. The angel see all that. You see all that in the spirit. So that's what he did. He touched it. 25. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hallow of his thigh, and the hallow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint.
Meaning that the angel, in fighting, there's certain pressure points.
Right.
There's certain points you know, cool, if I do this, I'm going to fuck him up. Yeah. So the angel had to pull certain special tricks out the bag to kind of like put Jacob at a disadvantage. Because regular fighting, he was holding it up. So the angel, alright, cool, I'm going to do a combo on you and twist you up and dislocate your hip, man. You know, pressure points, man. There's certain,
Yeah, pressure point. They use that in Tai Chi.
You know, we was doing the martial arts last week. There's certain parts you hit the body, it'll fuck you up, man.
Yep.
And if you're not conditioned there,
Yep.
you're done. And it don't need to be a drastic move. It could just be a little, we just tap you there. That little tap is enough, dude. It's the way you tap, how you tap, the timing of it. Ah!
Yep.
You know, when you got Jacob, man, bro.
Yeah. 26, I just read. Did I read? No, I didn't read 26. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thee bless me.
See? So I'm fighting you.
Yep.
I'm fighting you. I'm going to keep fighting you until you bless me, man. And that's where Yaquab, right? Yaquab, his name became Israel. Yasharallah. Now you got Christian scholars that breaks that down and say it means, Israel means he wrestles with God. It doesn't mean that. Israel means he is the prince of God, or the power, meaning he's a son of God. Because to be a prince is who? A prince is son of the king. So if the Most High is the king of the universe and he has sons, who would his sons be? His sons would be princes. So Yasha Allah, Yahi Shah Prince Allah power. The prince of the power. Okay? That's where his name got changed, man. Is there any more than that?
Yeah, you kind of made the point. I'll just read it.
Read it though.
27. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with Yahweh, and with men hast prevailed.
Yeah. So there you go. The line we come from.
Yeah.
You know, so all that softy shit, just whatever. No. There comes a time where the Lord wants to see you fight, man. The Lord wants to see what kind of spirit you got, man. Just like Ezekiel said, shit, human shit. You playing that? I ain't doing that, man. I ain't doing that. What's that about, man? So the Lord said, okay, fine.
Make it with cows.
Let's substitute. Let's go back to it and read it. I'll give you a substitute.
I think I'm there.
Which in the grand scheme of things is still shit, no pun intended. I mean, cow shit. Cow shit, that's crazy, man. But the Lord will have you, men of the Lord do some out there shit, It is what it is. Who was obedient to it? Is it the human thing? I'm not on that, man. You got that?
Yeah, I've got it. This is Ezekiel 4 from verse 14. And it says, then I said, Lord power, behold, my soul have not been polluted, for from my youth up even till now have I not eaten of that which defileth itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith.
Yeah, so he's making that dough, and a part of that dough had a special stuff. That's how he did it, and he made he added cow shit to it. But that was a symbol of see, the Lord did that to prophets. The Lord made prophets do particular things to foreshadow what Israel would do. Was it like Haggai, go marry a wife of whoredoms?
Oh yeah, he married Gomer.
Which represents Israel. Haggai represented the Lord, and his wife represented Israel, going off with other gods. So certain prophets got it stuck on them as a foreshadow. So in this case, Ezekiel was made to eat shit cakes to foreshadow that in the last days we would eat rubbish food. Let's take that one. You shall eat your food defiled. Is it the same chapter? Let's read it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Well, let's read into it then.
Verse 13, Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
Yeah, so now we got GMOs talking about classwork, talking about eat the bugs and be happy. You know, you got McDonald's, GMOs, you got McDonald's burgers that don't go off.
Yep.
10 years down the line, it's on the window shelf, and it's just like it came off of the counter at the McDonald's.
Yeah, the chips that don't rot.
You know, what the fuck is that? Food, really, in general, food is meant to have a very short lifespan. And in the ancient world, by the way, we're going back to that. Because if it has a short shelf span, it means it has to be killed recently. Or it has to be farmed recently.
Yeah, fresh. It makes it fresh.
Like how, and I've seen that back in the islands where the goat that's running around at 6 a.m. is on your plate by 9 a.m. And there's something different about that meat. It's
Ooh,
like,
sweet. Sweet.
it's
boy.
like it puts a different vibration
Wow,
on
that's
you.
sweet.
To know, because niggas go to the chicken shop and think, they don't even think that was once an animal.
Yeah.
They just see it as there on the like, you know,
It just appeared on the
Elon
menu,
claps his hands and there's fried chicken there. No, that was once an animal. Right? Maybe not the animal you think it is, but it was once something that was alive, added with GMOs. So when you can see a lamb or a chicken running around and you slaughter it and you know that tonight that's dinner, that's proper, man. Alright?
Fresh from the farm.
Fresh from the farm. But now we got GMOs making brothers sick, man. You know, you got all kind of health issues. You know, you got cancers out there, diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, anxiety, heart diseases, and it's like, well, what the fuck is going on? And it's many factors all in one, but one of those prominent factors is that we're eating defiled foods, man. Let's read Psalm 124 from verse 1. Had it not been for the Lord. Because really, if it had not been for the Lord sustaining us, we should be dead biologically.
Consumed.
We're not breathing in proper oxygen, especially in London. We're not breathing in proper oxygen. We're not eating proper food. We're not drinking proper water. We're not bathing in proper water. You bathe and you're getting rashes on your skin because the waters are fucked up. About 2-3 years ago, a second scandal came out within 10-year span of Thames water being accused of having feces traces coming through the pipes. So you turning on the pipe to wash your dishes in the sink, are you running that bath, are you having that shower, there's metals in there as well. You know,
They put
bleach, metals, well they have to put bleach to kind of clean it out, but then it's like, that's still fucked up.
Fucked up.
Bleach is in there,
Fucked us up.
shit, feces, all that shit. So you're eating, bathing and drinking that, and it's like, what's up, man? So we should all be dead. Everyone, you know, not putting that vibration out there, but I'm just talking biologically, everyone should have cancer. Everyone should have heart disease. You know what I mean?
Appreciate.
And now it gets through to certain people, and certain people, they can ride their whole life a bit, and then later on in life, what happened? You were so healthy because your body was fighting it. But then when you get older, your immune system goes down, and you succumb to the poison through your tap. The poison in Sainsbury's, the poison in Tesco. It's all poison, man. I don't know if you brothers know about that Ghanaian Jake, Eddie.
Yeah, eat real food.
Real food. This is fucking shit. He's like an ex-bodybuilder, but he's into health now. Bear shops have cancelled him. He can't even go to Tesco no more. But I watched a video of his this morning. I think I downloaded it. I may show you brothers after if I remember. There's a, not medical advice, we're just having a conversation. There's a chemical called minoxidil.
Oh,
and it's in everything. He just showed like pot noodles, this, that, even baby formula. Minoxidil is in everything, and and what that minoxidil does, it throws off your gut, your gut biome. And what that does is it inspires gut cancer, and if it gets into your blood, that's blood cancer. And we know brothers that had blood cancer, all kind of health issues just because you're eating food.
And as well as the radiation too from your phone.
Oh boy. Well, that's just another thing, isn't it? All these phones, everything's accessible.
We're under attack.
So it's like, what do they call it? Biological warfare.
Warfare.
you know that minoxidil. You know men also use that for beard growth.
Yeah, beard growth. They use it for pumping weights and getting bodybuilder shit. You know, so you're thinking, right, this is a good supplement. Oh, the minoxidil was even in vitamins. You know, like everyday vitamins, well kids,
It's over the water and all
well
that.
man, well woman. You're thinking my vitamins for the day. You're putting fucking minoxidil in your body.
You know, that explains why these females are so masculine too.
Yeah, I'm fuck that. So you think I'm doing something good for myself, and the so-called good things got minoxidil in it. I mean, that's just Satan, man. You can't even. So then, really, you kind of get frustrated. Like, what can I eat? What can I drink? Because everything has got fucking monoxidil and light chemicals slowly killing you. So again, where's Psalm 124?
Psalms 124 and verse 1. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side.
Now, who's on our side? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Why are we alive? It's because of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're dead. On a biological level, we're dead. We're not breathing in proper oxygen. I'm a heavy advocate for getting the fuck out of London from time to time. Because you stay in London, you're slowly killing yourself. You're breathing in chemicals and fumes. And you know what it takes, yeah? People, they try and make it seem like it's a lifetime of breathing it in that does the damage. No. Understand, you can breathe in a chemical one time for 10 seconds. That's enough to stay in your body for 12 years. Forever chemicals.
They got to pour every chemical.
I remember there was a job, I ain't gonna put it out there like that. There was a job I used to work at, and we dealt with high-level chemicals. You had to wear masks and shit. And you don't want to breathe that shit in. And I went for a health test. And
Asbestos, right?
Yeah.
You have to do with asbestos.
So there was that, but I was leaving a different job I was at. Asbestos is a killer too.
Yeah.
But this particular chemical, I breathed it in a little bit, and I just thought it was a one-off thing. I went a couple of months later for a health test, and they said that this chemical was circulating in my lungs.
Whoa.
So it was 10 seconds of breathing it in. Oh, no, I'm good. No, you're not good. You may just breathe in a chemical from a car for 2 seconds. That's it. It stays in your system. So, that's why we advocate brothers doing the detoxes, parasite cleanses, working out as well where you can within measure, because, you leave these bodies over to Esau and you'll die at age 39.
Oh, I knew someone when I was a bit younger. I knew someone 30 and he had a stroke. We both grew up together. We were doing our smoking and all that. But he got a stroke at 30.
Yeah, people are stroking out early. There's certain diseases they associate it with old age, like stroke, like even cancer.
Now children are getting.
Now you got children getting strokes. High blood pressure, diabetes. So you're not even safe by your age anymore.
But you know what it really boils down to? To be honest with you, it's that drip jab, man. That's what's really doing it. Because when you think about it, right, it's been about 5 years now. So why is it all of a sudden people are dropping? Because we're in that time now for it to start working. That's why people are dying like at an alarming rate. Because people forever had cancer.
but they haven't been, you know, dropping like flies as they are now. So yeah, it's got something to do with this.
I know, I saw the 2 people died this week. One of them actually knew. You know, even women, like, their periods get fucked up.
Yeah.
Endometriosis, polycystic ovaries, you know, excessive period pains. I know a girl, I used to, like, you know, be cool with her and that. She took herself out this week. She committed suicide. You know, it's like, what the fuck? Another one of my brethren was about 5 years ago, so Nazarene. She passed away from some heart condition. So you got young, these are people my age group, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got people just under 30, just passing it out, and you know, if not killing themselves, you know, getting killed by diseases, man.
And they said that and you mentioned heart disease, right? Which a lot of it's to do with they call it something pericarditis.
Right.
Something along those lines. So that's what's basically bringing those heart conditions.
Oh, myocarditis.
Myocarditis.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Myocarditis.
People are kicking out, man. That's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. You know, talking about the elder, talking about the jab. I got 2 texts, one about 2 days ago and one this morning, talking about it's time for your jab.
Oh yeah, I got that as well yesterday.
Yeah, I got one about Tuesday and one this morning.
They're still pushing the boost.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. So-and-so. You're ready for your winter jab.
Top up, yeah.
Yabba dabba, top up. I said top up. I didn't think it's in the first place.
Yeah.
How about blood clot, top up? I ain't what are you talking about? But it's so they're pushing that V again.
Yeah.
Because he got it and I got it. 2 texts in the space of 4 days. I got 2 texts. One this morning.
They like you.
And look how hard it is to get an appointment.
Yeah.
They like you.
It's time for that. Time for you to get that. You know, and the idiot will go.
And he said in a very demanding way too.
Okay. Okay. What you got, man? What you got?
Yeah, Mark 16 and 18 says, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover.
Well, say that again. Say that again, man.
Mark 16 and 18 says, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them.
These are meaning they shall take up serpents, meaning that there's certain things. What do serpents have? Venom. You know, so the food is as good as venom.
Yeah.
Also talking about baby shots. You know, some of us got shots in us as babies that you know, didn't really affect us. And that may have affected you, but the Lord had mercy on you. That it didn't fuck you up or kill you. You know, tetanus, this, that.
Measles, mumps, and rubella.
Measles, mumps, rubella. Remember the big little red book, you know, where you put all your baby's things in. You know, it's crazy because in the yard I came across mine and my siblings. You know, born on this day, you got this tetanus, and then 4 months later you got the mumps, rubella, this. I'm thinking, fucking hell, I got jabbed the fuck up. You know? And then you got because mandatory, you have to. No, you have to, but according to the law, you have to.
In this society.
In this society, you have also certain jabs. They were saying, there's a study came out about just before and during the C19, certain jabs was giving children autism.
Oh, yeah.
About 15 years down the line.
Yeah, I remember that was in, I think it was a documentary in '98 they did on that.
You know?
That's confirmed.
So you take your child to get jabbed up, and now the child ain't right. And you know Jake think, man, oh, why me gone? No, the Lord made your child fine. Your child was fine, and you got them yabbed up. And now, you know, they ain't talking when they should be talking. You know, all kind of things, man. So you got them giving autism to Jake babies.
And that's why you got a lot of Jakes too. A lot of Jakes ain't really mentally there because it's really just
and you know what they said as well? The yabs ain't affecting other nations the way it's affecting Jake. So whatever they do, they make it that it fucks up Israelite genetics.
Targeted that out.
That's why Joe Biden was pushing for Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom to get jabbed.
Because you know what I think though? I think, Salakia, I don't need to cut in. The reason why I think they did that is to get the whites behind it. Because that's what happened. A lot of Jakes didn't really take the beat. So what wound up happening instead is the Edomites wound up getting the jiggy joint instead. You know? Because there's an agenda too with these JW militias. They want to get rid of the rest of these Edomites.
Yeah.
This is cunning.
So read that again, the serpent.
Yeah, this is Mark chapter 16 and 18 again. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them.
Yeah, meaning, you know, the poison we're drinking out here, man. Remember, let's get that account. Was it Peter? He got bit by a serpent.
No, Apostle Paul.
Paul, Salakia, Paul got bit by a serpent. And he didn't die, man. He was alright. And then someone else got the account of where the Lord was fucking niggas up in the wilderness. And then he said, make the bronze serpent.
Oh, yeah.
And whoever looks on it would be healed. Let's get those two accounts. Serpent. Ain't nothing wrong with a serpent. Yahweh Shai's liking onto the serpent. You know, I ain't trying to get on that vibe. You know, niggas start clipping the video. They're talking about spirit animals. Or to a degree, that is a thing. Ain't the Lord the lion and the lamb? So spirit animals ain't all the way off. Now, if you're trying to channel the spirit of an actual animal, it's like, whoa, that's a bit crazy. But we're likened onto particular animals. You know, Judah is a lion's whelp. You shall rouse him up.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with likening. Observe the air, they shall teach you.
This is called the donkey, innit?
You know, you can look at animals and learn things from animals. The Lord's with that.
But Captain, the scripture says, be wise as a serpent, and harmless as a dove.
So there you go. You know, you got those two accounts?
I'm still trying to find the one
About Paul.
Yeah.
Like, who's got the one about the serpent? In the wilderness. Hey, when Janet, you know, them fucking juju, witchcraft, Janus and Jambres, you know, did that Hamite, probably blowing powders, doing chants, just to make the stick become a serpent. The Lord said to Moses, yeah, just throw your one down, it will become a serpent too. Ate the ones of Janus and Jambres.
And all he did was this.
You know, he just threw it down. Them man doing wolf. You know the thing with witchcraft, you got to do bare shit for it to bang, you know.
Yeah.
And like, just miracles are just simple. That's how you know church is witchcraft. Because they'll go to church, walk, them fucking
tongues.
West African ones. The Lord weren't getting down like that. He just said, take up your bed and walk. Now the Lord did certain weird things, but it worked. Remember when the Lord spat on the ground? He made the paste and he anointed the guy's eyes. Go and wash. And he, you know, so there's elements, hey, the Lord gonna let us tap into that. You know, there's something in the spit. Yeah, the periodic table.
Yeah.
There's something in the spit, in the saliva. If you mix it with the dirt of the earth, it helps your sight. How do we know that? Because Yahweh Shai did it. And he said it, greater things that you shall do. As the elder mentioned, the periodic table, there's more elements out there that we don't currently know.
Heavyweight.
Remember about 7 years ago, I remember doing shows on it. Scientists didn't discover fuck all. The Lord allowed you to see it. Yeah. Out there in space, it's called dark matter. And they said there's hundreds of more elements than we actually know.
Yeah.
So the periodic table we have right now, you know, bromine, gold. I think gold is AR. I'm trying to remember. This is like year 10 chemistry. Gold is AR. Let's pull up the table.
AU silver.
AU silver. Gold is AR. BR is bromine. E is I can't. Oh shit, man.
I found the account that Paul found.
Yeah, hold that. I want the periodic table. Because the periodic table is actually on point. It's just a very limited version. It's like having the alphabet, A to Z, and all you know is A, B, C, D.
Yeah. But there's other letters that needs to be revealed. Yeah.
We just don't know it. So the periodic table we have right now is like Esau saying A, B, C, D. Hey, what about E, nigga? What about F? What about all the way to Z? Because remember, the Lord said, knowledge shall be increased.
Yeah.
Let's get that one, and then someone else get the one where it says, was it the angel said to Ezra, measure me. Do you know man can do that right now? And in fact, let's get that first, then we're going to go to this one. Measure me the weight of a flame. The Lord allowed Esau a level of knowledge if you will, but he hasn't revealed everything to him. Now Esau takes that and gets proud. Oh, we can fly an aeroplane. We can do this. We can do that. Yeah, because Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua allowed you to. Knowledge shall be increased. But he hasn't given you everything. He likes to think he's got everything. You know who's going to have everything and showboat with it? The elect. When Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua gives us the spiritual power, oh, we going to be showboating. There ain't going to be no, oh, I'm just being humble with it, but I can know. We're going to be up in your face, doing it all, and we ain't going to have to practice. You know, I'm learning my spiritual power. No.
Nero in the Matrix, they made him he would start from scratch.
We ain't learning jack shit. When we're perfected, we're going to have complete power and mastery over it. We'll be taken aback by what we can do, but we're going to do it properly. Imagine you know how to fly, but you can't control yourself. You're banging into the wall. We ain't going to be doing that, man.
That's like in Hancock, innit? When he's flying in his drunk.
We ain't going to be doing that shit, man. We're going to be
even
flying
in Superman,
perfectly, man.
when he first started.
Being humble too. You already being humble right now.
We're being humble now, man. So it's time. It's going to be, because remember, the Lord said, we're going to be the praise of the earth.
Yep.
We have to be out there. So all the lowly, meek and mild stuff, that was for now. Like when Yahweh Shai came. Remember, they put him on, they wanted to make him the king there and then. He ran.
It wasn't his time.
You think next time he's running? He ain't running for shit. You go acknowledge that Yahweh Shai is the king. So let's read.
I've got it. This is 2 Ezra 4, verse 5. And I said, tell of my Lord.
Yep.
Then he said unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of the fire, or measure me the blast of the wind.
Weigh me the weight of the fire meaning, tell me the temperature, how hot is this? And how heavy is a flame of fire? Ezra couldn't do that. But through chemistry and all that stuff now, Esau can tell you the temperature. The wind, read it.
Or measure me the blast of the wind.
They couldn't do that. Now they can tell you the gust of 73 miles per hour.
Yeah, when the
This,
storm
that,
front's picking up, yeah.
Yeah. How do they know that? Because the Lord has increased knowledge. So back then, that wasn't available to Ezra and his contemporaries. But now the Lord has allowed Esau to tap into that. You can weigh fire and its temperature. You can measure the wind, the gust, the blast of it all, the temperature. Right? Go on.
There's one more. Or call me again the day that is past.
What's that? CCTV?
Yep.
You can't imagine in the ancient world, such and such happened. I'll pull it up on the camera. What camera? There wasn't a camera. But now you can have CCTV from last year.
Yep.
All you got to do is just tap into the system, go to the selected date and time and particular camera, and it's live 4K. Well, not 4K, but it's like live imagery of you doing what you're doing. Call me the day that is past. So CCTV, measuring the wind, and chemistry wasn't at the level as it is today. All you had back there was word of mouth. If you saw something yesterday, bro, and I weren't there, and you come to tell me, you couldn't pull out a phone and show me a video. All I can go by is your word.
Yeah.
So that's that knowledge being increased. And who gave it to him?
Yep.
Yahweh.
Of course.
Measuring the weight of the flame also goes into them splitting atoms and being able to, measure the protons, the neutrons, the electrons, all that kind of stuff, all that science. Esau can do that now, they couldn't do that in the past.
Well, what is, you see, the good point, chemistry, what does that go back to? It goes back to the word kham, hot or burning. What is chemistry? Chemistry is the study of how elements change when you apply or subtract heat.
Yeah.
Chemistry, hot. So that's all it is. With heat, you can cut things with heat.
Yeah.
What is a laser? It's just concentrated heat.
Fire.
Fire. You know, I've actually seen it happen where on the windowsill, because it's always about refraction. You learn that you have glass. Glass affects how light and water, because you can have something coming down this way. If it hits the glass, it will come up that way. So you can have oh shit. You can have
It's a little bit for the rain. It's not gonna rain like that.
you can have what do you call it, man? You can have a piece of plastic on the windowsill, and if the sun comes through a particular way, it can burn it.
Yeah.
You know?
What do they call it again?
Yeah, we should do that.
What is it called? Retraction or something?
It's called refraction.
Refraction, that is it.
Refraction. You know? So there you have it. Is that it on that?
Let me just see.
And then we called for the other one.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Then answered I and said, "What man is able to do that? That thou should ask such things of me." So obviously, you made the point. We couldn't do that in the time of Ezra, but in today's world, Esau's got that technology.
That's it. And the reason the angel said that is because Ezra kept asking questions. He was like, "You're asking too much. If you want an answer to that, tell me this. Since you can't answer me that, I ain't telling you no more." You know. All right. Well, let's go to the other one I called for.
Yep, this is Numbers 21, and I'll start at 5. It reads, "And the people spake against the Most High and against Moses, Wherefore have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died."
So the Lord, hey, that's terrible. You got to fear the Most High. You know, you're in the wilderness, and the Lord brought forth the serpents to bite you and, you know, venom out your ass, man. That's what you've done. You know, it's crazy. There's another place in the scriptures where the Lord, he was striking Jake down with laser beams from the chariots. There's niggas just dying, getting zapped. If people talk about the Squid Games was really the wilderness. You know?
Especially during the time of David. You know how many Israelites he killed? One angel.
But yeah, the Lord told the angel to chill out.
Yeah.
We saw it in the cloud swing. We saw it, man. You know, that angel was on go mode. Like, yeah, I'll kill motherfuckers right now. You know? So, okay, let's keep reading about the serpents.
Yep, Numbers 21 and 7. "Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned. We have spoken against the Lord and against thee, Lord, that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live."
Yeah. So, you know, that's mercy, man. You know, because when you check it, Moses was a very patient and meek guy. The scripture says that he was the most meek, you know, in all Israel, man. So he prayed to the Lord for us, and the Lord said, "Okay, then, I'll heal them, but make a serpent, you know, and put it on the pole." And that serpent, that bronze serpent on the pole, represents who? Yahweh Shai. Meaning that if you look to me, you can get healed. He was talking about it, you know, earlier when we started the camp. So, you know, slowly dying from the snake bite, and they looked at it, and then they were made whole. And even that shows the Lord is the master of like biology and chemistry. He created it, because you could have a rotten body, and he just, you know, he just changes it. You're back to normal. You could have a nigga that's dead. Jairus' daughter was dead, but then he said that she's sleeping. You know, Talitha Kumi, raised little girl, and she came up from her sleep. Lazarus was dead. You could have a decaying body.
Well, let's just say it correctly. He was asleep.
Well, he was asleep. But for the people's understanding, he was out of it. He was dead. But to the spiritual eye, death is but a sleep. So the Lord, you know, told Lazarus to get up out of the grave after 4 days, and he got up. Yeah. Okay? So it's an easy thing. You can get all technical, yeah, but it's decaying. The body stinking. They said that. And the Lord said, remove the stone. Meaning that the Lord can reverse that, man. Remember, the first in the chariots are going to be dead Israelites.
Yeah.
Let's get that. We who are alive and remain, you've got the first trump which calls out the dead of the elect.
I'm just going to say one thing on your point from Made Abu Kashar about Yahweh Shai telling Moses to put the serpent on the staff. In Esau's medical system, they use this symbol, don't they?
Yeah, the snake.
I think they call it caduceus, with a snake strapped around the staff. Yeah. So Esau's using that on the left-hand side.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Good one, Carlo.
That's what Esau
that's
uses.
What's up, man. So they know the healing source, man. You know, even like back in the day, there's certain materials that helps you heal. If you're sick, wear linen. You know, that's why back in the days, hospitals used to have linen, because they know that the material of linen helps heal the body. But now, because of cost and being fucking cheap, they give you a piece of crap blanket, and one pillow.
Yeah.
One pillow.
If
One
I-
pillow.
You can't even fluff.
If I'm not mistaken, right, even down to the beds used to be copper.
Yeah, because copper has
Copper,
a
healing,
agent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give you some little garment, like a garment, but there's no cover at the back.
Yeah, you just open.
So they're getting cheap through the nasty perverts. They're getting cheap
fuck
through
is that?
looking at you. When I went there, waiting for the truth, they said, put that on. They ain't putting that shit on. Pervert.
Yeah. See your ass, your whole back. They got a hole in your back.
Yeah.
A hole at the buttocks. Like, what the fuck is this, man? You know, that's crazy, man. You give me that's crazy. You go in them hospitals, sitting there, and they give you them tights for your circulation, the white tights. You're just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? That's crazy shit, man. Yeah.
How about that 360?
Hey, man, hospitals that's crazy, right?
They molest a lot of
Talk
people.
about sadistic shit and like sexualized.
Yeah.
We just had a surgeon. He went to court because he left the operating theatres and a person unconscious to go have sex with a nurse.
Whoa.
And then you know what they did? They let him off. You know why they let? I was talking to someone in the week. Why did they let him off? I'll tell you why they let him off. More than likely, he's a specialist surgeon. The UK is already struggling for surgeons. That's why they have all these doctors coming in from Pakistan and Russia. So what? No more than he's a specialist surgeon, top of the range in his field, and they can't afford to sack him because there's nobody to do the job. So they let him off. But he left someone on the operating table to go have sex in a changing room with a nurse. And I used to work in a hospital. I ain't gonna say too much because it's live on camera.
We know.
But let me tell you, I have seen some crazy ass shit in operating theatres.
That's a fact.
I'll tell you straight up, doctors and nurses are the biggest cheats. If you're married to a doctor or a nurse,
Oh,
your wife's
that's it, man.
cheating
That's
on
it.
you.
Yeah.
I told you straight. Just forget about it. You're going up in the changing rooms, coming out of scrubs, and you hearing scratching and scraping. I've had that. I've heard that. You in the cubicles, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Barry, you alright?
You know, it's another field too, the hospitality thing too.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
I used to
yeah.
be in it too, and I tell you, a lot of things used to go on there. Because I was in it too. But I know it's wicked. Yeah, a lot of things go on there.
You go in the changing room, yeah, and you just hearing guys scraping.
Yeah.
Women, and women screaming, and then they come out in their civilian clothing. Yeah, see tomorrow.
It's wicked, man. It's wicked.
Hey, doctors and nurses are dirty motherfuckers with straight faces, man. Let's go. What we got?
Yep. The one about the elect being raised first, the dead.
Yeah.
1 Thessalonians 4:15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
See, as the elder said, asleep. Because yes, technically he's dead, but on a higher level of understanding, death is but asleep. Remember the scripture says, for all live to the Lord. So even if you so-called pass from planet Earth, you go back to the spirit realm.
Anyway,
When a person dies, where do you think your next stop is? The throne of the Lord.
that's right. Well, that's what the Apostle Paul was mentioning.
Yeah.
Mentioned that it was Lord good before
The judgment.
the judgment seat. Yeah,
And then remember when he died, he said it's lawful to mention like the beauty and the splendor.
Yeah.
Meaning there's no words
that can describe what we saw.
how beautiful the spirit realm is.
Yeah.
Ain't that cool?
You know, so he's gone. Yeah, he's gone from you, but he's very much alive in another realm. You know,
Not in hell.
and as the apostles always said it, if you had the chance to speak to them, was it Samuel? You know, why have you called me up? You know, he was chilling, man. Witch of Endor. You know, witches, Janus Jambres, Witch of Endor. You know, and the UK's got a lot of witches, man.
Hey, I saw a documentary in the week about I was watching all these kind of videos about Satanism and witchcraft, and they were going into Stonehenge and how they a lot of witches gather there. They find like bones buried in the ground of like animals and shit like that, but they do sacrifices and all kind of mad shit.
About 7 months ago, if that, they had some solar equinox, the changing of the calendar, and they had a gathering at Stonehenge of like witches from all over. They had it on Sky News as well, and like they were interviewing people like, and they tried to make it all light-hearted. Oh, we're just here to practice, you know, I believe in. Nah, man, y'all niggas was getting into some serious shit. Yeah, Nicola. Yeah, whatever you're into.
Up in Devon.
Yeah, Stonehenge. Even certain parts of London. Remember where I'm gonna say where we used to teach in the other big place.
That's weird, man.
Remember?
Talking about right.
Where
Oh,
yeah. And then
that's what what's the name? You know, he got sodomized. Talking about Tony Blair.
Yeah. That, you know. Remember that time when we was leaving the heath, and you had the witches going in.
Yeah.
Remember that time?
Yeah.
And were you there that time when we had the witch shop at the bottom of the hill, and brothers went in there?
I wasn't there at that time.
Yeah, I was there.
You was
there,
there?
yeah.
Cause
I was there, but I went home another way.
I remember. Oh yeah, because you the thing in it. I didn't go in. I just knew not to go in there. I said that shop's off. But like 4 brothers went in, and as quick as they went in, the guy kicked them out. And then I looked through the window, you know, kind of crystals and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that's just off, man. I can't remember what they said he said. I don't think it was too warming. It was warm to them.
Now you know what he said? He said it's closed.
Oh, he said it's, yeah, that's close. Yeah, but it was.
I didn't go in there.
Yeah, me, I didn't go in there. You knew not to. I was like, I ain't fucking going in no witch shop.
Yeah, but he
But
said it's closed.
yeah,
I was about to go in there with the brothers.
Brothers were curious. Yeah, it's crystals, stones. Yeah, they use stuff too. But that was a witch shop, man. They had all kind of things. And then remember that dude? Remember one time I was way up in there, and that Edomite looking dude, he was like, oh, you know a lot of witches come here to do sacrifices and rituals. He said that at the camp. That was about 7 years ago. He came up to the camp and he goes, yeah, a lot of witches coming here to do sacrifices and rituals. And we was like, oh yeah, all right, cool. You know, we ain't gonna argue with the guy. Oh, you're wrong. No, cool, do your thing. You're a witch, okay, do what you gotta do. Because we're doing what we gotta do on the right hand side. Yeah. You know, what's his name? Osborne just died.
Oh yeah.
Who?
Ozzy.
Black Sabbath. Yeah, Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
You know, into all of that stuff, man. You know, and you know what's crazy? Because he's a Jake. But at the end of the day, it's like you got Jake that get up into witchcraft too.
Oh yeah.
You know, you go to the islands. You got Santa Maria, Brujeria, Northern Kingdom. You've got Haitian voodoo. You know, and them Haitians are cold with it, man.
Oh yeah.
You got West Coast juju, all that stuff. You know.
Dominican as well.
Obia, yeah.
Obia.
The islands call it
The
Obia.
islands, they call it Obia.
Obia. You know, which man?
Yeah, I knew a lot of Haitians, man. That was down for the States. I mean, it was like it's a part of their culture.
Yeah. You got a lot of niggas that on the roads that get into witchcraft too.
Oh,
I was watching the documentary on, not documentary, I was watching a TikTok live the other day of like good beef of like so-called gangsters from my area, yeah? And they were talking about, it's crazy, I think the brother about it as well. This was about Tuesday or so. And basically he got shot at like point blank range and the bullets never hit him. And then there's a song where another guy was saying, I went to get washed down. But getting washed down means they wash you down with chicken bones and blood. You go over to the islands, they wash you with blood and chicken bones, and it basically means you're immune to getting hurt. So you can come back to the ends on some, you stab me then, you get stabbed or you get shot and the bullet don't hit you. So a lot of gangsters are protected by witchcraft. You know? So it is what it is. Is that, you done with that?
One more verse. Verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first.
With the seventh trump, which is the trump of the Lord when he comes back, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. You've got brothers that are already dead. You're going to have brothers that do die, but it's okay because they're just sleeping. And you know what? The way we see it is, for brothers that have passed and brothers that will pass, it's okay because they're gone. But well, they're not gone. They're just not with us right now. But it's like they're not long to go anyway. if we knew we had like another 15, 20 years, I could understand that you seriously missing a guy.
Right.
Because you got to live on the earth 20 years without your bro. But let's say a brother dies, what, you got what, about 2 years left?
Yeah, that's nothing.
Come on, man, you gonna see him again.
Yeah.
And you're going to see that brother in his perfected body. The dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. This is our hope. So we don't care. Esau can talk about guns and torture methods and guillotine. You've got Trump talking about that. Bringing back capital punishment.
Oh, yeah.
Do it, man. Do it. Because guess what? Lord willing, we're in the spirit of the 7 sons and the mother who regarded not their pains. Because we believe in a power that goes further than the flesh.
There's a precept for this.
Was it hurt not them that can kill the body?
Fear not them that can
Yeah,
kill
that
the
they-
body.
exactly,
So
exactly.
Allah, fear him that can destroy both body and soul
Spirit,
in hell.
you know? So we don't fear the flesh, man. Now let's be real. Does it make you shaky sometimes? Yeah. Because you're in the flesh. But guess what? We're willing to forfeit the flesh.
Precept.
Yeah, didn't Yahushua lay his life down? He said that. No man taketh my life from me, but I lay it down. And if I lay it down, I have the power to pick it up again. We believe that, and we say the same thing as our Lord Yahushua.
That's it.
You think Esau, no, he didn't do shit. If you put my head in a guillotine and chop it off, I lay my life down. In the spirit of Yahushua,
What did he tell Pontius Pilate, Yahushua? He said, whatever you can do to me is ordained of the Father anyway.
you would have no, you know I'm going to kill
Who
him.
are you?
Who are you?
What are you?
What are you? Do you want to die?
Yeah, we laugh about that, but that's what they'll be saying to us in them days.
Today. Do you know I have the power to have you crucified? That was a brilliant movie, man. And he goes, you would have no power over me except it were given you from above.
Clean cut.
Straight. It's the same thing. And you know what? Hey, you got to clap for the Lord, man. Rock the day, how about now, Shai? You got to clap for Yahweh Shai because he had the power to fucking delete the whole universe. You see with us, yeah, we ain't got the choice. We ain't got that power.
Right.
But he actually had the power to be like, nah, Father, fuck this, man. Send in the angels and kill the whole world.
And you know, that is true power is when you have the power
And
and,
you
you
don't
don't
use
and you don't use it.
Yeah, but just like the saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility.
Responsibility.
Because what was he about? He was about his Father's business. That's what he was about. So it could have been, yeah, he could have went that route with it. But it wasn't about him. It was about him being obedient.
People saw the joy, enjoyed the cross.
That's it.
So he saw the greater purpose, which was the will of the Father. So hold on, bro. So it's like at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai could have really done something, man, and he chose to suffer. That's humility. So it's the same thing with us. But again, who are you? What are you? Yeah, as the bro said, they're gonna say that to us. But you know what? The power given to Esau is from above. Just like right now, we gotta pay taxes, we gotta pay bills. You know, I can't get a car and drive it on this grass.
Right.
They're gonna fine me for £200 for driving on the pavement. They are. So it's like there's rules. You have to follow the rules, obey the powers that be. But who gave the devil the power? The Lord.
Yeah.
Who's gonna take the power?
But check this out. Doesn't it say, what is it, obey them?
Yeah,
Matter of fact, somebody get that real quick.
Yeah.
Romans 13.
Obey them to have the rule. Yeah, you just quoted that.
Yeah, because that's just the thing. What the captain is saying is the fact that Esau has the power right now because of the Lord. So that's why we have to obey Esau to a degree. But we ain't gonna obey him even onto the trip. That's when the going's gonna be going wrong from there.
That's when you told Esau to take
fuck
it,
off.
to take his chip, yeah,
Put it.
and put it where the sun
So
don't
don't shine.
shine.
Absolutely.
Go, bro.
Right, this is Romans 13 from verse 1. Let every soul be subject to the powers, for there is no power but of the Most High.
Yeah.
The powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
Yeah, again, the powers that be are ordained of the Most High, because you had zealot-minded Israelites at the time that wanted to see the Roman Empire taken down. And it was the key for a lot of reasons why you had zealot Israelites, because back in the day, as their ancestors would have told them what happened to them. Like during the time when the Messiah was being born, right? You had You had the soldiers that were being sent for from what was his name, Herod the king, to kill all the male babies and all that. So they remember that history, and that's why they wanted that get back from against the Romans. Okay, but what Paul was saying is, look, you got to be more spiritual minded, because the powers that are is ordained of the Father. And when you go into the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, it goes into it. Because you can't take this man down. The Lord is dealing with him on the left-hand side.
Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Huh.
Not Esau didn't take it, it was given unto him.
Yeah, it was given unto him. There you go. So if it's given unto him, then who do we got to rely on? We got to rely on the Lord that gave it to him so he could take it back from him.
Please, sir.
You're going up.
Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will and setteth up over it the basis of men.
And set the one over, which is what? The basis of men. Right? So it's the Lord that controls who gets into the position of power and who doesn't. So man's will isn't the option. It's the Lord's will that's mattering right now on every single thing, and even when it concerns power. And the thing with Israel, as Moses was telling the Israelites, look, there's not going to be no might found in your hand. So that's the thing that we have to experience right now, and what we've been experiencing since times past. But for the particular moment in time, the Lord is going to endow us with power. And that's when it's going to be the time to pretty much take this man out. But it's going to begin with Yahweh Shai, though. Let's not forget. Yeah, so read that again, Baba Kushak, because I want to get more into that.
Yeah, it's important to note, as the elder said, it happens when Yahweh Shai comes. You had that people come over here, vocab, and say, they teach they're going to murder as if we're going to do that tomorrow.
Right.
Well, we ain't going to murder anyone point blank period. There'll be righteous unalivings, but murder, we ain't going to be murdering. But he was saying it as if tomorrow we'll take the garment off and, go buy the biggest knife and go to London somewhere and do X, Y, Z. As the elder said, whatever's going to happen on a physical level or carnal level, it's when Yahweh Shai comes.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. And there's another thing too, like the scripture says. The scripture says, "Wait ye upon me, till I rise into the day." So we're a spiritual men. We ain't okay. Yeah, we would like to see our enemies fall by the edge of the sword of destruction as well. Yeah, of course. But we don't got the power to do that. We're weak and we're frail. We're not gods as of yet. So we ain't going to be doing it. What we're going to do is we're going to wait upon the Lord. Let's read this.
I've got it. If you got it, my phone.
All right, for what? Zephaniah 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Right.
For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation.
Yeah, what is the indignation that he's going to pour upon? This nuclear destruction. That's why when you read the book of, Joel, Joel the 3rd chapter talks about that. How the Lord is mustering the whole to the battle. All right, so that's how he's going to pour upon these nations, upon his indignation. And then he's going to intervene into this realm and destroy it with more fire. Go on.
That I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
There you go. For all of the earth shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. Because the Lord is a very jealous power. For so long, Jacob's been bullshitting around. And just overall in general on this earth, the people don't recognize the Most High. So what the Lord is going to have to do, the Lord is going to have to rectify that by bringing down some destruction you ain't never seen in a long time. And if not greater than what you've seen in a long time. How about that? How about them apples? Go on.
This is 2nd Ezra, starting at verse 7, 9 and verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved, it shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case.
So let's dig into that real quick. he said, right, for I have sanctified him in the beginning, right? Yeah. So when you go into the story of John, what is it, John 17, which I said, right, sanctify them through thy truth, right? And also he mentioned, he prayed to the Most High. Well, he actually told the Most High, and he said, look, let these men be as joined with me as I am joined unto you. Matter of fact, let's read it, because I want to get it correctly. So the elect of the Lord, they're already going to be involved in this thing, and they're going to have the faith. And I want to build a little bit on that topic too, because what we found out today, Vocab, he uploaded the video that he did with us a while back ago, right? And it says something to the equivalent of only members only members can view that video, you know. So at the end of the day, I don't know what he's trying to do with that, thinking that he's just going to try to make us look stupid or something. But let's just say he did make us look stupid. So fucking what? All right? Because as the scripture says, the scriptures also says this too, that the foolishness of the Most High is greater than matter of fact, somebody get that too. But let's just go one head at a time. Go on, brother.
Which one now?
Yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 25.
Yeah, the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men.
Yeah. Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men.
Right. There it is. And it's really nothing that people can do about it. You could have so many vocab Malones. It's not going to stop what we're doing. We're going to continue to do what we're doing because, see, there's something called divine intervention. And that's what we're being inspired by right now. All right? That's what's influencing us right now. It's the Holy Spirit. So no matter what these niggas do on the left-hand side, you ain't stopping them. What's going to continue on from this moment, as of always, and then this moment and on forward, is going to be the will of the Lord. All right? Go on, my brother.
John 17, do you want to start from the point?
Yeah, good point.
This is John 17, starting at verse 5. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thy own self with the glory that I had, which I had with thee before the world was. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word.
And he wasn't just referring to the 12, of course. He was referring to the rest of the men that believe in him too. All right? Go on.
Now they have known all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee, for I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee.
Right, and they have known surely that I came out from thee. And the elect knew, okay, yeah, this is the Son of the Most High, without question. Go on.
And they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them that thou hast given me, for they are thine.
Right, whatever it is. So we know that Yahushua was sent from the Most High, that he is the Son of the Most High, without no doubt. We are sure. So no matter what these niggas do, they're not changing a thing. They're not going to change our direction. They're not going to deactivate our awakening. Okay? All you're going to have is more guys coming into this thing until this thing really blows up more so than it already is. And the next thing you know, this world is going to go belly up in the flames, man. That's just the end result of it. All right? It's already been written, so you can't do nothing about it. But you go back to what you had before in 2nd Ezra, I think.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 9, I got to verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
Right, and you got all of these niggas once upon a time that was riding on the coattails of Vocab alone, going on the show and everything, and trying to negate the whole Israelite thing and stuff like that. Guess what, man? The time is going to come when you guys are going to be ashamed of your damn selves. And all of you guys that came in this thing for a while and good for a while and went back into the world, you're going to be ashamed of your damn selves. But guess what? You're going up in flames too. I'm just going to put that out there. Go on, brother.
Yep. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
Right, they that have cast away shall
dwell in torments.
Dwell in torments. So the ultimate tormentation is going to be them being inflamed. they're going to take that implantable device, and that's going to just do it. Let's continue.
Verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and yet while they learned my law, while they yet had liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it, the same must.
And that's why they're going to line up and take that implantable device, which they're ready in the world for. You know? And I think this guy forgot his last name. You know, y'all got his last name. His last name is Elliot. And he happened to so-called be now the richest man of Elon Musk. So he was bringing out that, you know, the world isn't going to be ready for this technological world that they're gradually setting up in the first place. One of the brothers did spoke on it, right? So when you can't eat, when you can't do the basic things that you used to can do, right? Guess what? The average person is a bolt under pressure. And they're going to do what they're told, just like they did what they were told 5 years ago. People are just average people. So all it really takes is, what is it, an above average amount of pressure to get these people to fold, and they're going to fold up. All right? They're going to fold, man. You got people talking about, oh yeah, well, oh yeah, I ain't gonna take the market, you know what, right? And then end up doing just that. Just like they said it wasn't gonna, you know, take the seat, and they wound up taking it. And you see, when you say you ain't gonna do something on that level, because guess what? When the market of the beast is initiated, that's gonna be a big thing.
No.
That ain't gonna be no willy-nilly, you know, walk in the park shit. That's gonna be a big thing. So you gotta have a big reason why you say you're gonna deny the market of beast. But how many of y'all niggas have a big reason to say that y'all gonna deny the market? You're gonna go along with it now. Even these dudes that's preaching, and they preaching on the word for other means rather than what they really should be preaching it for, they're gonna take the mark as well. And I'm mainly talking about the leadership of these guys. Because they know better.
I can't remember if you are so locked in. I can't remember if you mentioned it, Elder, if you did Salakia, but the example of the C19.
Oh yeah.
When people's jobs were on the line.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Salakia.
No, that's fine. It's cool. You know, so yeah. When people's jobs was on the line, they gave into it. Go on, my brother.
This is an interesting point because, you know, guys will talk, but it really boils down to this. Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man understand his own way? Right. You said they're going to need a big reason. We're praying the Heavenly Father that's going to determine whether you take it or not. Right. So now we're praying to the Lord, please have mercy on us. Yeah. Those people, they're in the world, living their life, doing whatever. They're not thinking about, you know what, man, there's a day coming when Jesus is going to put this chip, and I'm going to be tempted. So they're not even prepared for it. So when it comes, the Most High is just going to make them take it. But it's really the will of the Lord that's going to determine whatever anybody does. All the talk is cheap.
And that's well put. So the thing of it is, that's why we gotta speaking about praying, that's why brothers gotta pray more often as they can. Just like the captain usually says, you know, you gotta pray, man. Because listen, you could be one guy praying and it just changes everything. You know, so that's what we gotta do, because we know it's coming down the pipe. Go on, brother. That's what
I got a precept.
Yeah, go on out.
Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Right. I will always, whatever it is, read it again.
Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Right. So if you have the word inside of you, and you ain't yielding back from the word, the Lord is gonna hold on to you. So you gotta have a strong dealer faith. And just like I said before, and I'm staying with what I'm saying, you have to have a bigger reason why you're gonna deny the mark. You know what I'm saying? And our big reason is the fact that we're here to serve Yahweh B'Shai. That's our reason. No ifs or buts about it. It is what it is. Go on,
it's like motivation is like the type of engine you've got. You like this analogy. Let's say you've got a car that's, you know, looks good, but it's got a really weak engine. It can't go very far. Whereas if you've got a car that doesn't look so good, but it's got a powerful engine, it'll go further. So really, the engine is our motivation. Right. We've got that reason to be like, you know what, we're going to resist Esau because the scriptures say so. People in the world don't have that same motivation, so therefore their ability to fight Esau's pressure, because Esau's got the motivation to push the chip.
Right.
He's going all in with that, so we've got to be all in to meet his energy to resist it.
Right.
People who don't have that, they're going to give in.
And you know what, too, you got to be willing to die too. That's another thing. Let's push that. That fire about there. Go on, my brother.
Revelation 2 and 10. It's only right. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Yeah, and that's the aftermath of going through the tribulation time that we're going to be having to go through. But again, like I said, you got to be having the mindset that if I have to die for what I believe in, then that's just the way it got to go. You know, and like I always like to say, this world really has nothing for us, guys. Like this absolutely nothing good. You know, all there is misery, discomfort, and all that stuff.
Man, come down to the front, stand in front.
That's all there is. I don't think the kid needs to be here what we're just talking about. I'm going negative right now.
You right, man?
What?
You okay?
What she needs to do is tell
Are you making a video?
Yeah, I'm making a video. But you know, though, with all due respect, I need you to go back to your mother.
Go back to mommy, yeah?
I told you.
That's fine. That's all right.
I cheeky stuff. Right. What? You talk to that.
But you see, you gotta be hard on these kids too, man. Because these kids are getting older.
It's like a laughing stock, you see, that's what it is. Yeah?
No, it's not that. It's not that. What it is.
Are you sending him back again for round 2?
No.
What's up? What's up, bro?
What did mom say?
We ain't playing. Listen, brother, we ain't got time for this, man. I ain't really in the mood for this.
Huh?
To be honest with you.
Sorry? Why don't you come up, man? You can't, you know. You got a scripture there. I know you can't take it.
Yeah, I'm not listening, man. I'm not, you know me.
Yeah, I know you, zero tolerance.
Yeah, I ain't tolerating this. Because the thing with these kids are just disrespectful, man.
I'm not disrespectful, I'm so sorry.
Oh, what's up?
They respect you, disrespect you.
Huh?
They disrespect you guys.
To a degree, because we're doing
I'm
something
so
important.
sorry.
That's all right, that's all right.
You told me!
Where you from?
I'm not going to you anyway.
Somalia.
You told me. You're the parent right here.
Are you Muslim?
You told me.
Muslim, yeah? Alright, cool.
What religion you guys follow? I don't want to debate. I don't want to debate any religion.
It's okay, man. It's okay. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.
What religion do you follow?
We're the Israelites, the true.
Oh, see,
You know Islam, people of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know what it is?
Us.
I went to New York, 2014,
course,
video, and I saw some Muslims. I saw this.
Yeah, it's the same people.
The Jews, the black Jews, right? The black Jews.
It's not black Jews, it's just Jews, if you will. It's Israelites. Have a nice day, though.
Does it support Palestine?
Nah, we're not into any of that.
Really?
Nah.
Yeah, brother, let's keep it going.
Okay, it's okay.
It's okay, no worries.
It's okay.
If I may, one scripture, what's it? Suffer the children coming to them. They could be in jail. If not, fuck them. I'm feeling what the elders said. This is serious shit. And you got women sending up their children.
That's what I'm saying.
That's lollipops, man.
That's the point. So, I mean, the thing of it is, if I was in a particular mood, then I would deal with it. But, we got to do this, man.
It's the spirit of the Lord.
Yeah, so.
Sometimes you're nice with them, sometimes you're not.
Yeah, because you got to tell these people straight, even these kids, because these kids, we were kids, and we knew to play smart with our parents and shit.
You wouldn't come up like that.
So you wouldn't come up like
Keep that foot when that goes to the house of the Lord.
Yes,
Be more ready to hear and give the sacrifice of fools. And
Right.
she cut herself. She said, I went to America, New York, and saw the same setup.
Yeah.
So it could have been, it didn't have to be GMS. It could have been, but she's seen the camps before, and the Lord hasn't seen it again.
Right.
So maybe that's her signing her death note, man. But why you keep seeing camps for? And she's not taking it. She got some donkey-ass smile on her face.
Yeah.
You got a donkey-ass smile. And we're trying to get into some serious business. That's probably, the Lord saying, I don't like them.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Your whole existence goes down of you disturb the prophets.
Yeah, that's not good.
This is, do you want to skip to you quickly?
No, the one you just quoted.
No, the other one. Mark 10 and 14. But Yahushua saw it, and he was much displeased, and said unto them, suffer the little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for of such is the kingdom of the Most High.
Yeah, that's the flip side to it. If they come cool and correct.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's balance to everything. You can deal with the children, but that was an example of the complete contrary. You disrespectful. How you gonna send your little boy up there and you're scared to come up?
Yeah.
You behind the brothers and that. So we're just giving the balance, because a false balance is an abomination. However, this was an example of what the fuck you do.
Yeah, because when I hear to be playing around it, man.
Daddy
you know,
daycare shit.
Yeah.
We ain't here for that, man. You know, like you mentioned, the kids coming up with the lollipop, and she's up there smiling. Not really. I'm not really thinking it's a joke.
That's not a joke, man.
Yeah, let's get the scripture you quoted.
Yeah. And it's rude, man. He said, you're right. He goes, what? That's no home training. You don't talk to people like that.
But that's my point. That's why you gotta be hard on these kids, man. Because they know who to be rude to. These kids ain't stupid. They know they can get away with shit because their parents don't be getting them.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
That was a lazy mother, man. She don't know what we were talking about up there. We could have been what we are, but let's say we were a bunch of niggas, and she's sending her child up amongst us. She don't know what our reaction is going to be.
You know, she felt comfortable to do that because she cut herself. She said, I've seen the same thing in New York. So she knows that the camps ain't on no violent shit. But again, that's the point. You see camps twice in your life, and you running up to the camps. That's a sign, man. Maybe she's a wicked ass nigga.
Yeah.
This nigga woman. Because even though she looks Somali, she kind of got that Jake vibe to her. I think she's a fucking piece of shit. See, now you get I think she's a piece of shit nigga woman caught up in Kush. With an unruly ass son licking that lollipop, man.
Yep. And you said something good a while ago, Captain, right? She said she saw in America two set of whatever. It's for her to come up, not for to send the kid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Or really what she should have done is sent her husband up there.
Oh,
if she was in any kind of order, she should have sent her husband. That goes to show you how the woman views her child as the husband.
Yeah.
Because she sent him up there, and that's just a little boy licking a lollipop.
Yeah, because he cut her. He said, you sent me.
Yeah.
You see? You sent me. She tried to blame the son. That's the same fucking thing the black woman does. Oh, it's my husband's fault. No, you sent the son, and he came up there, and then now she's trying to act like she didn't do it. But him in his little childhood folly, he goes, you sent me. So she lied.
Right.
That's a black bitch. That's a nigga. We're going to get back to what the elder's saying, because that's irrelevant. But maybe the Lord showed us that as a sign. Fuck these niggas. They don't respect what we're doing. They don't respect what we're doing. They have no decorum. Because I guarantee you, I bet my last dollar on it, if this was white men up here, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't send up her son to no Edomites.
But you know, though, fuck them people.
Fuck them people.
This is the
Let's
precept.
keep it moving, bro.
Ecclesiastes 5 and verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil.
And that's just the thing with her. She don't consider that what she's doing isn't right. Because here it is, we're talking about things that's serious here. And you got her smiling with the Kool-Aid smile and shit. Bringing the kids up here and all that.
Kool-Aid smile.
You know what I mean? That's what it look like.
Really ass kids.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I mean, like, that's just the thing. We ain't got time for it. We be playing no games up there, man. You know, especially right about now.
You gotta give respect to get it.
Yeah.
You know.
And these kids out here, like I said, they listen. You gotta tell them to be straight skinny, because I know there's parents nowadays. They scared of these kids.
Yep.
You got the man. He's scared of his woman, and then the woman's scared of the children.
Train up a child.
Yeah. So everything's been flipped upside down.
This also shows precepts, right? This is shows how different the world is now compared to what it was in the ancient world. Because we're the prophets, right? 1 Kings 2:13, and that's not one. It's like it. 1 Samuel 16 and 4. And Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem, and the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, comest thou peaceably?
Yeah, because the elders, they knew that the prophets were serious guys. But it's mainly because they were known for giving a serious message. That's why they trembled. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, it goes back to what we were saying earlier before, that the Most High is disregarded. No one really acknowledges the Most High. So what's going to happen when the Most High really shows himself? Through his son. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be mass death and destruction.
Slay utterly old young.
Old and young.
Ezekiel 9.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, let's even pull them scriptures out. Let's get that.
To kill you and your son.
Yeah.
Shove that I slowly got his idol. You know.
Talking about Hoyo.
Hoyo. That's crazy. Hoyo.
Yeah, the time is gonna come, man, and game playing is gonna be put to a stop.
Hey, elders in that she-bear spirit, boy.
She-bear.
Yeah.
I got something for you.
God.
Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity.
God.
Slay utterly old and young,
God.
both maids and little children and women.
Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. And you know it too as well, the spirit of death is gonna be on these Edomites that are that they're gonna be wearing these these uniforms and shit, guns and all of that. And they're gonna just be on they're just gonna be going on the killing spree. And that spirit of war is gonna be all on the planet Earth. You're gonna have people sedition against the government, and then the government is gonna have to basically fall back and let the military get involved, and it's gonna be a killing spree out there. And what they're doing right now, and speaking about seditions, what Elon Musk and Tony Robinson was doing, they was just pretty much rallying them up. And he even said it. He even said that, look, we're here to rally you people up. But really what he really meant was trying to get you stirred up. You can take it something along those lines. He said you can go down to Parliament and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When you watch the video. So they know exactly what they're doing. And then they keep talking about this immigration issue, like the Saquon brought out last week ago. They've been doing this since 1997. So we talking 28 years ago, but they re-emerged it and now playing it over and over again in the mainstream media, and it got them
wild up.
Yeah, to get people wild up. These working class white niggas out there to get them wild up so they can result to violence. And then once they result to violence, now that again the government can yield back, and they can bring the military boys in and start shooting people.
Problem,
reaction, solution. What they call it? The Hegelian dialect. They know exactly what they're doing.
Hey, Elder, can I just say, right? They know what they're doing, right? Because remember what they said a few months ago? Was it 3 in, 1 out? Something like that.
Now they do 1 in, 1 out.
What, 1 in, 1 in out?
Yeah.
But no, they said about 800. 800 is
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, on Channel 4 last night I saw it. They're doing 1 in, 1 out. They just flew out some French dude back to France or something.
Okay.
Some Afghan back to France. Even the name of it sounds draconian. 1 in, 1 out. That's
They ain't playing it down, man. They coming with it. Bit by bit.
Reset.
They're going on.
2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah. And you have another technique too. Pressure, pressure from above and pressure from below. That's what they're doing now. Right? So I mean, yeah, okay, cool. If the spirit is willing to deal with, the children and the women and all that, we'll deal with it. This is cool. Ain't nothing wrong with dealing with children, but it's a time and a place. And right now, we in serious mode right now, man. Boom, my brother. Well, primarily myself, to be honest with you.
Khan. 2 Kings 2:23. And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head.
The messenger.
And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord Yahweh. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the woods, and tear them 42 children of them.
Damn. Yeah, the Most High is cold, man. And to serve the Most High, you gotta have some coldness to it. Because at the end of the day, what's right is right and wrong is wrong. And the thing with kids too, kids know what the hell they doing. Listen, we was kids, we knew what we was doing. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we know what's up out here, man.
And that's why it's of the spirit, because
Yeah.
you can literally catch a man of the Lord on the wrong day.
Yeah.
Now that don't mean he's wicked. You just caught him on the wrong day.
That's it,
because
that's
guess
all.
what? Elijah was mourning the death of his mentor, Elisha.
Yeah.
Remember that? So,
Opposite
sorry,
around.
other way around.
Around,
Salakia,
yeah.
my bad. Elisha was mourning the death of his mentor Elijah in water. So it's like you could be grieving and you're going through a rough time. You know, you're not having a nice time yourself.
Time and a place.
And then someone comes along and pisses you off. Hey, so it's true. You know, he came up at the wrong time
That's all it was.
and he caught that smoke. But it's of the spirit anyway. Because guess what? Ezekiel 9 is catching Yahweh Shem Yahushua at the wrong time. And what's he going to do to you? Pat you on the head and give you a kiss on the forehead? No, man. He going to kill your ass. As the elder said, you have to have a cold spirit.
And you know it too as well.
Coming up here with a donkey ass smile. You know what I mean?
God damn. No, but it's true. Another reason why you gotta have a cold spirit, because I mean, there's gonna be so much happening out there before the Lord gets back. There's gonna be so much death out there. People, like I said, they're gonna result to rioting. The violence is gonna be like out of this world. Even Daniel's the 12th chapter explains this. Oh, we gotta get down. We gotta get down to it and eat, brother. Let's be going, brother.
Matthew 24 and 21. But then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world.
It doesn't say tribulation. It says great tribulation.
Great.
So what kind of mindset you gotta have? Well, the Most High is gonna put a colder spirit on you, a greater colder spirit on you to deal with this great tribulation. Go on.
Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be.
Yes. So when we go back into history times, we know about what happened during the time of Noah, when the flood came. How many people died there? We know about the history of Sodom and Gomorrah. How people died in that. But this one is going to come. This turbulent time is going to come, and it's going to far exceed what's been done in these times. And those were some serious times over there. Go on, my brother. And also, you got to include 70 AD.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, brother.
Yeah, Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Right, and there shall no flesh be saved. Go on.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Right. Because doesn't it also say that at times since there was a nation, but even in the same time will there be deliverance? So there's going to be a balance. There's going to be a balance to everything in that time. Yeah, you're going to have a mass amount of death, but you're going to also have brothers and sisters that believe in Yahweh Shai. They're going to receive life. Somebody get Amos the 5th chapter. I think it's 5 and verse 4. If I'm correct.
And I quickly add to your point, Brother Kishore.
Yeah.
Because in verse 22, it says how those days shall be shortened, man. It's common how the years are just flying by, the weeks are flying by.
Yeah, that's what me and my neighbor was talking about.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the Heavenly Father, he's not just shortening the time, he's shortening the time for his elect's sake, man.
Yeah.
So if that prophecy is coming to pass, what about all the other things that the prophets bring up, man?
Absolutely. And that's why, and this is the thing, this is why we don't go off on the scriptures like the rest of you guys do. Because this thing, as we see it to be, hey, the Lord is about his work. And you got to be about it. It's either you about it or you're not about it. There's no gray area. There's no area such as a gray area, and you can just, be in the middle and straddle the fence. No, it's either you down for the cause or you're not. All right, down for Yahweh Shai and what his will is. Because that's what's all playing out at the end of the day, as well as it's written in the book of, Matthew's, if I'm correct, 28 and 19, it says that all judgment was given unto him. In John 5, I think it says, that's in John 5. Other one I'm talking about reads, all power was given unto him. Go on, my brother. That's all I wanted to say.
This is Amos 5 and verse 18. It says, woe unto you.
No, the scriptures goes like this. Seek, how does it go? Seek ye me and ye shall live. Verse 4. Amos 5 and verse 4.
Amos 5 and 4. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem
Read it a
Yahushua.
bit louder, for sure.
Amos 5 and 4. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live.
Right, seek ye me, and ye shall live. Go on.
Come on. Verse 5. But seek not Bethel, nor enter.
Yeah, that's going into something else. Yeah, so that's what it reads. Seek ye me, and ye shall live. And so we have Yahweh Shah already. But just because we have him, we still gotta what? Do more. We still gotta do more praying, more studying, and just invest more time and effort as much as you can. Because all that's gonna do is build you up at the last end. Go on, my brother.
Habakkuk 3 and 2. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years.
Oh, that's another key point. I've heard thy speech and I was afraid. These average folks ain't afraid of shit. No. The only people that's afraid of what we're saying are those that know better, and that's the higher up banking elites. These you could call them plutocrats. They know what's up. But these regular everyday John and James, they don't know shit. And you can see it too, like the old Apostle Gabar said, right? When you see people walking, right? Or when you just deal with these people, you can see the glaze, the donut glaze in their eyes. Yeah. But when your eyes are wide open, man, and as time progresses, you kind of get more serious. It's kind of like that film Lucy. That was a good example. Came out years ago. And the more knowledgeable she became, the more serious she became. Brothers got to check that out. Lucy, man. Go on, brother.
It says, O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years make known. In wrath, remember mercy.
Yeah, revive thy work in the years. So the way he's going to do that is by what? Causing a great deal of wrath and destruction. And that's going to what? Revive his work. That's going to revive this whole entire existence. This physical plane thing. This creation. You know, and basically even when a tornado breaks out, and like what that does is that actually creates new lands. It forms new land. So the earth is going to be pretty much reformed and restored back to what it should be in its purest form. So read that verse again about Bashar.
Habakkuk 3 and 2. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years.
Right.
In the midst of the years make known.
Right.
In wrath, remember mercy.
Right, in wrath, remember mercy. Let's not even can you jump that. Because it's going to be so bad, the Lord's wrath, that mercy is going to have to be. If the Lord don't have mercy upon us, we'll all be dead out there. Because the Lord is coming to clean house. He ain't playing no games, man. And people are getting worse. People are getting stranger. And it's getting ridiculous out there, man. And you know what, too? And I notice with these modern day women today, right? Especially in this generation, they looking like the brat dolls.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 90s, right? Brothers that are old enough to remember. You know, they would highlight these dolls, promote them and shit. They'll be short with the ain't around with people. And the mindset is just totally defiled. And the understanding of basic shit, pretty much people don't really have basic shit people don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
Can I add to your point, Bob?
Yeah.
You know, you elders were touching on that last week, man, because now you've got this generation of smartphone users, but the smartphone has destroyed intelligence, man.
Yeah.
Your doctors, look, I saw a quote actually this week saying that you better start getting your health in order now because your future doctors are passing their test with ChatGPT.
Right.
You go to the GP nowadays, you say, I've got this symptom and that symptom. They're going on Google search, you know, going on the WebMD, and they're diagnosing you from the internet, man.
Yeah. And you know, too, there's an article about that where it actually mentions that. Because people are using AI, ChatGPT for everything. You don't need to use it for everything. You just use it for hard shit. Like maybe you don't understand or whatever, or you're trying to build a business that you may think is hard, you use it for that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to use it for everyday things. Like, come on. So of course it's gonna make you stupid if you rely on that. There's a balance. Everything is
The
together.
doctor, they asking in advance, when you make an appointment, they ask in advance, what do you want to talk to him about? Because they want to do Google it.
Yeah, give him a heads up.
So that's why, and you know, sometimes they'll be asking things, but you don't really want to tell the secretary.
Yes, secretary, yeah.
So I say, yeah, it's just a general checkup. So, cause I don't tell him, no secretary, because it's a woman, isn't it? They talk your business. So, but that's just another thing. But they want to do back, they want to fact check. They want to just do, Google it.
Yeah.
We Google it. We can Google it too. But the thing about it is, who cares about this? I said this years ago. Who cares about you or who cares about me more than me?
Yeah.
So you're the one who really take full responsibility of you.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, that's very true. So you shouldn't have to. Now, like you said, we all Google it, but the AI thing, it just makes everything much more easy. Cause see, back like what I think over 10 years ago, we was using Wikipedia for information. Yeah, all of that stuff. We was going into that, but now it's very easy now with ChatGPT. But like I said, ChatGPT is good. There's some goodness to ChatGPT, and there's other ones too. You got oh man, there's the one that I usually use.
Grok.
No, not that one. It's a Chinese one, right? But I'm using that one. I forgot the name of it. Huh? Nah. But I mean, I use both of them though. Like every once in a while when I get the chance to. But yeah, I mean, the thing of it is, it's cool. But if you constantly using it, man, of course it's gonna make you a jackass. You're gonna be stupid.
Dependent on it, you know?
Yeah, dependent. Yeah. Go on, brother. You got the scriptures.
I've got a quick reset on the point. It's Job 13:9, actually Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
Yeah, they are forgers of lies. Look up that word forge, Baba Kushar. That's Esau. Esau is nothing more than a forger he's nothing more than a forger of lies. That's what he specializes in, is lying to you and deceiving you. That's why he's known as the devil. Revelations, the 12th chapter tells you that he's likened as the devil in 6.
No, the word devil, doctor.
Yeah, doctor means to falsify. Yep, absolutely. So you don't really shouldn't have to go to the doctor. You should be your own doctor. Like you said, brother, you gotta take your own responsibility for your own self. Because the thing of it is, what may work for one guy may not work for you. So a doctor may prescribe you with some medicine, but that medicine may not fucking work with you. You know? And none of that shit works any doggone way because it gives niggas side effects. You know? But I mean, if you have something that needs to be taken care of on a greater scale, you may need to go to the doctor and get it checked out. But if it's like for every little thing, come on, man. Being ridiculous. Yeah, go on, my brother.
Yeah, you said you wanted forge.
Oh, yeah, the term forge, yeah.
The meaning in the Bula says to smear, plaster over, stick, or glue.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, the only way you can make a lie stick is that it's replayed over and over and over. That's what Hitler was going into. You know, if you tell it, what is it? If you tell a lie long enough, people will believe it. So that's what this devil has done. He's told lies for so many years to us, and we pretty much believed it is the truth. Like the whole case in point, the whole concept of the virgin birth. That lie has been going on for years. Yeah, since the 1800s. So your parents, they will tell you, oh yeah, well, you can't say that because that's not what the Bible says. Well, actually, in the Bible, it actually doesn't say what you say it is concerning the virgin birth. You know? It doesn't mention the virgin birth. Actually, it mentions the quiet contrary. Because Mary, it says that she had an immaculate conception. They say that she had immaculate conception, but it wasn't immaculate conception. It wasn't a clean conception because she had what is it? How can I put this? She fulfilled the law of the cleanliness, the purification. That's what she did. Matter of fact, let's go into that. Speaking about this whole virgin birth plan. Kind of going all over the place, but we're gonna get back on point. We're gonna get back on the topic. the topic of what we was talking about before with these people out there and these children, Ezekiel 9 and 4. So we'll get back into that, but I just want to just cover this real quick. Because the thing of it is, right, the Most High, he knows, well, you know, I ain't even going to go into that. I'll get back into that. I really want to get back into it, but I got to hold back. Yeah, let's go with these precepts.
This is Luke 2, and starting from verse 21.
You got the Lord, right? Yeah.
And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child, his name was called Yahushua, which was so named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb. And when the days of her purification, according to the law of Moses, were accomplished.
Right. What is that law? According to the law of Moses. Let's read that. The law of uncleanness. As a matter of fact, continue to read.
Luke 2 and 22. And when the days of her purification, according to the law of Moses, were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord, as it is written in the law of the Lord, every male that openeth the womb shall be called holy to the Lord.
Yeah, now I tell you, you don't even have to go into the law. I'll break it down. Now, when you go into the law of purification, now if a woman birthed a male child, she was unclean for 40 days, if I'm correct. My memory serves me correctly, right? And then if it's a female child, then she's unclean for double that, which is 80 days. So that's what Mary went through, and then she got him circumcised as well on the 8th day, which there's a law on that, on the law of circumcision, which originates all the way back to Abraham, when Abraham was told to circumcise his first son, which is Ishmael. You know, and that circumcision represented the covenant between him and the Most High. So if our descendants kept that custom, then that would then pretty much symbolize our connection or that covenant that we have with the Most High. All right? That we still do to this day. Yeah, go on. Okay, all right. Might as well go on.
Leviticus 12, and I'll start at the top. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed and born a man-child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation for her infirmity. She shall be unclean.
Right, she shall be unclean. Go on.
And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised.
Right, and on the 8th day, the flesh of the foreskin, the flesh of his foreskin shall be, what is it? Shall be 8 days. Yeah, circumcised. Right. And the reason why on the 8th day, because if you circumcise the baby earlier than that, then there'll be a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Because the penis isn't fully matured. You know, you got certain nerves and all of that hasn't matured. But on the 8th day, you can do it. Go on.
Verse 4. And she shall then continue.
Blood vessels, not nerves, blood vessels. Go on.
And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 3 and 30 days. She shall touch no hallowed thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled.
Yeah, so when you combine it, it's what, 30, I think it's 38 days, because on the 8th day, she has to wait and then circumcise the male child, and then probably before that, she has to purify herself for 30 days.
So which will come
Matter
to
of
a
fact,
total of 40.
Yeah, it's 33. Yeah, 33 plus 7 is 40. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can't.
Okay.
And then in terms of the woman, verse 5, but if she bear a maid child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation, and she shall continue in the blood of her purifying 66 days.
Yeah, 66
days.
Yeah. No. 3 score, because the score is 20. So that's gonna be what? That's 60.
6 days. 60 in the 2 weeks. 14 total.
80 days. Yeah. 80 days. Yeah. Yeah, you right. That's a lot. You're going, brother.
That's it on that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what she did. She activated the law of purification. So it wasn't no immaculate conception. She got popped. Yeah. That's basically what happened. She got humbled. Now in the book of Romans, the first chapter, what does that say? That he came of the seed. He came of the, what is it? The seed of David, right?
I heard that somewhere.
If I'm correct, the seed of David, which goes back to the word sperma. So it was a physical birth that he had. So now we're going to go back to the point of what we was dealing with before. Ezekiel 9 and 4, once again, about the Sham. Yep.
This all you Catholics that get offended by the fact that Mary got popped. She got popped for your house, she got popped again, she got popped again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Because she looked good.
Because she had, what, the Lord had 4 brothers and a minimum of 2 sisters. So she been getting compromised, man, by Joseph. Humble.
Joseph even went in early. And another thing too as well, in ancient Jerusalem, see, this is where these Roman Catholics go off as well, because in ancient Jerusalem, it was important that you had your genealogy set before. So you had to have a father, right? So his genealogy is listed in the book of Matthew, the first chapter. And all of this genealogy, all of the people that he came from, that's just what it was from that point. So what are you talking about? But again, you know, these institutions are set up to mislead people, misguide them, and use that word instead, into foolishness, into falseness. All right? Because that's the devil's job. He uses these institutions to lie to your fucking asses. But yeah, let's get back to the point I had. Yeah.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man whom is the mark.
Right, so you got young women in that. You got baby boys with snot noses running around. That's included in all that.
Eyes closed in their mouth.
Yeah. So I mean, the Most High is a power that the world would consider to be a cold power, but the Lord is a power of judgment, and He is a just power. Now, can the Lord be good? Yeah, of course He can be good, but there's a time and place for everything, isn't it? You know. So right about now is going to be a time and a place for death and destruction to reign supreme. And it's just going to have to take us to have the right mentality to get over it. You know? Because guess what? Everyone has a spirit to them. Even, of course, children have a spirit to them. And just like I said earlier before, we know how cheap it was when we were kids. Doing shit because we knew we could get away with it and all that. Right? So you think the Lord, if we see that, if we were able to actually, if we see that, would the Lord see it too? Come on, man.
I'll just make a point, Elder.
Yeah, go on, brother.
Just to add to your point, because when we were younger, you can, you know, I not use me, I use an example of generally, people, children, you be watching them, you be seeing them smashing windows because it's fun, and that's money, you know, vandalizing. Early this year, you had the sycamore tree. 2 Edomites, they went and vandalized it. This is the this was the iconic tree, and they just did that. That's Esau anyway. They just did it for fun. But that was a historic iconic tree, and they ended up doing 4 years for it. That they made an example of them. But in this point here, when it says that while in 8 of Ezekiel 9 verse 8 says, while I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, while they were out killing, I was all alone. I fell face down on the ground and cried out, "O sovereign Lord, will your fury against Jerusalem wipe out everyone left in Israel?" And then that was a back and forward, and Yahweh came back and said, "So I will not spare them or have any pity on them. I will fully repay them for all they have done."
Wow.
Because he fell on his face, he was like almost fainting. Yeah. This is overwhelming. So the Most High, his understanding of mercy, or the opposite, fury, is above us, man.
And you know what you got to factor in as well is that the fact that we all come back, we're reincarnated. So no one is innocent in this case. Somebody, you get the Job 4 and 6. It's not Job 4 and 6. It's Job, what is it, 4 and 6? Yeah, whoever perished being innocent. Yeah, so I mean, ain't nobody innocent. So you may look at a little boy or whatever, as we all do, because we're all human beings here. You're like, wow, that's, yeah, she's cute. That's what you smile with the child and everything goes.
No, it's like this is what you're gonna say. That's why the Lord, you know, He can have you born on the earth and go through traumatic experiences at a very young age, even unto death sometimes. Yeah. And then you think, oh, why did the baby didn't deserve that? Well, hold on a second. That's an old spirit in a new body.
That's all it is. That has to pay for what that soul did. Go on, my brother.
Job 4 and 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
Right. Yeah, so there it is. Because no one's innocent. We've all sinned. We've all come short of the glory of the Most High. We've all done we've all done certain things that we don't know that we've done. Because the Most High blocked our spiritual memory bank to know these things. And it's the same thing with people. We don't know what such and such did in their past life. All right? So, I guess what the Lord has collected all of that data. So He knows what we've done. So when you come back as a child and you go through severely traumatic experiences like the captains spoke about, that's because of what you did. All right? So it's nothing wrong with you know, exacting judgment on the little ones. There's nothing wrong with it. Precept? Go on, brother. And that might sound really cold to be saying that, but guess what? The Most High is colder than nothing. How about that? Go on, brother.
This is Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment.
After this, the judgment seat. Exactly. So when you go before the judgment seat, what happens? You are judged, of course, and then you come back down here on the earth and you play out that judgment. That's what happens. Go on, brother.
On your point, 2 Samuel 12 and 18, and it came to pass on the 7th day that the child died, and the servants of David feared to tell him that the child was dead, for they said, behold, while the child was yet alive, we spake unto him, and he would not hearken unto our voice. How will he then vex himself if we tell him that the child is dead?
Yeah, because that was all due to the fact that he committed adultery. So the Lord took his child, but He already told him before it happened. So that's one case of that. That's the second case, you know. And the thing of it is, if that happens, guess what? All souls are gonna be, especially among our people are gonna be delivered and saved in the kingdom anyway. Now they ain't gonna be saved in the way that we're gonna be saved. Let me get that correct, because you know you got some guys, they may say, oh yeah, well he said all Israel can make it. No, I ain't saying that. They're gonna make it through the destruction. We're gonna make it through our salvation. All right, that's the difference. So when they come back again as newborn babies, they're gonna be cool. They're gonna be born blessed. But right now they gotta get that judgment on them because of their wicked ass parents, and they're wicked too. Go on, brother.
Yeah, I've got a precept, but can I just make a quick point as well?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, because you know, we read 2 Esdras 9 earlier, and it tells you how you know, basically everyone's gonna know the truth, man. But there's gonna be a majority of Israel where it says they shall know it after death by pain.
Right.
So after the judgment, the death and destruction that comes upon them, then they're gonna understand the truth, man.
Yeah. And that's in the kingdom. They're gonna fully understand it in the kingdom. Plus, all of our people are gonna be under that new covenant. From the least of our people to the greatest among our people will know the law. And you're not going to have to manually teach your children. You got to keep the law. It's going to be already in it. Now you're going to show them this is what you got to do, and they're just going to just keep it. Boom. Like it's nothing. It's going to be automatic. You know? Go on, brother.
Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
Yeah, like this guy, right? And a couple of brothers spoke on it. This individual, he said that he had a dream of these YNs, you know, just getting shot because they had to go fight this war. There was a draft that was being had, and them niggas had to go fight that war, and that's what's coming. You got a draft which is coming. Now they call it, there's a new term they call now. They call it conscription, right? Which means with, which means written with, meaning you're written to basically go fight this war. But it's the same thing as a draft. You had them since, the Second World War, of course the first one, and you're gonna have it around the third one. So a lot of these young people, especially these YNs, that weren't really raised to be correct, to be correct citizens of society anyway, that all they want to do is hang around and talk shit all day and talk about violence and all of that, and they records and shit. Well, they're gonna have to show for it when they get their ass drafted in that war. All right, and they're gonna know what real violence is, not some every once in a while violence that they see in their neighborhoods. No, they're gonna actually suffer due to violence. They're gonna be a part of that soil which they came from.
I mean, Elder, a lot of men get shell shocked when they have to go into a real war because the magnitude of the death that's surrounding them and all the explosions and stuff, it can cause shell shock and that can cause
post-traumatic
PTSD. So a lot of these guys that are running around in the street acting hard, they're gonna find out what real hard is when Esau comes down on them.
Oh yeah, and that's another good point too. Because Esau knows where all the gangs are at too. But I don't want to just jump the gun. I want to talk about the whole military thing. Because when you're truly at war, it's a different thing. It's a different vibe. That was real. Because now you got a gun in your hand, you got to kill people. And it's not just one person. It's
mass.
It's mass. Sometimes it may be 100 motherfuckers you got to take down. Or 50, or you may get taken out, or you may have your boy on the side, he get his head blown off, right next to you. And then you come back home fucking traumatized.
Rambo, the movie Rambo. Rambo couldn't let it go. He couldn't. It was the post-traumatic stress syndrome was in him. That when it was peace, he had to keep creating more trauma, because the trauma just wants it to carry on, because you can't let it go.
Can't let it go.
That's the serious side of war, you're saying.
It's the trauma.
One of my favorite movies, by the way, Rambo 1.
First Blood.
Yeah, First Blood.
Yeah, because you have to tell him to stop now.
The guy, he humbled all of them, though. They thought they were dealing with some ordinary guy. This guy, man. Oh, anyway.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. So I mean, it's just gonna hit different with these niggas now when they get drafted. Like the guy said, we got 100,000 gangs in Chicago. And niggas gonna fight back. They're gonna fight back. Some shit like that, he said. Right? And the reason why he was saying it that way, because he don't want to deal with the military cats, man. Don't really want to deal with them. And also he did another video too. This Jake found out that he did another video correcting what he said. Because them niggas are scared, man. They ain't about that shit. They ain't really tough guys as they say that they are. I'm telling you, man. Go on, my brother.
They forget that the sword is Esau's blessing. They think because they have their little black on black crime in the hood, that Esau ain't got his way with the sword, man. These Edomites, they go to these shooting ranges with Jake figureheads on the paper, getting ready to pop your ass, man. Here it is, you try to shoot the gun, it recoils, and you miss your target, all of this stuff, man. Listen, man.
They shooting sideways and all that. It's crazy, man. But you got cats that can shoot you from I would say like miles, man. Like maybe a mile away. They got guns that can zoom into you a mile away, man. Sniper rifles. And they're exact with the shot too. They ain't missing. They're exact.
See, like Charlie Kirk,
baby. Absolutely.
One shot.
And he was out of it. Go on, my brother.
Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out.
Yeah, and that's the point. It's going to be even the time of Jacob's trouble. Now, is everyone going to be troubled by this Jacob's trouble? Of course, but it's really going to be the focus here is going to be Jacob. Because the Lord is going to have to get rid of 2/3 of his own people. And I mean, it's pretty much a good thing when you think about it. Why? Because Jacob's just waxing worse anyway. They're not getting any better. So the Lord might as well get rid of them. And it's going to be to that exact particular point. Jacob's trouble, like I said. You know? Get these niggas out the way so the Lord can deliver his elect. You know? Just like it reads in the book of 2 Peter, the 4th chapter. That, what is it? How does it go? That in a way, I'm going to say it in the way that I'm going to say it, right? Where it mentions that the elect are going to be delivered. We're going to be delivered by the skin of our teeth, basically. Scarcely safe. Yep. And it also says, when shall the ungodly appear? Yeah, go on.
1 Peter 4, and let me start 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
Right.
And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
And who is the house of the Most High? The Israelites are, especially those that have awakened. You know, that's why the scriptures also saying, just because you say, Lord, Lord, don't mean you're going to enter into the kingdom. Because everyone knows the name of the Most High. But are you the one that's going to be doing the will of the Father before the destruction comes? So yeah, you can have the name, but do you have the will to do this will? That's what the Lord is looking at. The Lord is going to be looking at perfection of those that have did his work. You know? So they're not going to appear for salvation. But where they are going to appear is in the soil. Smoked up in yeah, they're going to be fertilized. Like you got this bitch on, what's her name, Kathy on show, the governor of New York. She was talking about how she wants to turn human compost into fertilizer.
So take their bodies and turn it into
fertilizer. Yep.
Oh, human. Because
Have they got a robot for that?
I don't know about that.
Robot. Heard about that.
I heard about that.
I don't know what it's called, but it gathers up their bodies. It's called ether as well. It's EATR.
Esau is wicked. That's just what he was made to be.
The point, right? Verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right, when shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So that's why we, as writers, we can do too, brothers, man. Just be positive minded, man. Yeah, you know, we have our ups and downs and all of that, but we still stay motivated and we stay positive. Because you don't want to fall off, man. When you fall off, basically you pretty much fell off to die. We ain't about dying now. We believe to the saving of the souls here. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the robots that talk about bodies. Okay. So is that what he was saying it was, right?
Yeah.
It's called Eater, right?
Yeah, Eater robot. This is one of them. I think there's different designs.
There's equivalent to that of a meat grinder, isn't it? Grinds.
Mobile meat grinder.
You know, kind and loving Esau has reassured us he wouldn't use it for that purpose.
Right.
Even though it's capable.
Only for cutting grass. That's all it is.
Because they use cow dung. It's well known that cow dung is a good fertilizer.
Yeah.
So, always searching out, you know, Esau's always be searching, he's wiser than Daniel, he's always searching things out.
And you know what too as well, just to mention, the reason why they do got that machines is they're going to be taking out a lot of bodies, man. A lot of bodies are going to be wasted. So yeah, that's a good idea. It's a very good idea. But you know, of course, Esau's going to come up with these ideas in relation to death because he's the man of death. You know? But yeah, with all of that death which is going to be happening on this earth, hey, we're gonna inherit everlasting life, brothers. We're going to be the ones to receive everlasting life because we've received the book of life. That's the benefit of being a man of the Lord. And may the Lord continue to keep that spirit on us. Because we're going to need it. Go on, my brother.
2 Ezra 7 and 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things.
Since you want to read that, you might as well connect it with Matthew 7. The straight people. Yeah, read that.
Verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. And only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. if this city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Yeah, how shall he receive the inheritance? Meaning you got to go through the straight gate. Just to simply put it. So there's no easy street with this truth. You gotta listen. You gotta accept the hardness of this truth, and then you can receive the sweet part of this truth. There's a bitter. Let me say it different. There's a bitter and a sweet to it. All right. But you see, in these Christian churches in this world will tell you all the sweet things you want to know.
Yeah.
And that's all Jake want to hear anyway. As they were during the time of the prophet Isaiah, if I'm correct.
Prophesy smooth things.
Yeah. Which is the proper side of sin. So to tell you the truth, we're gonna give you both. We're gonna give you the bitter and the sweet. You know, in the bitter part of this truth, the nastiness of this truth is the elder apostles put it. Hey man, we went into it, the Ezekiel 9 and 4 truth. You know, that's another nasty part of the truth. But again, the bitter and the sweet. Get going, brother.
What did Matthew 7 you said?
Yeah, Matthew 7.
Matthew 7 and 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
Right, and many be that which go in thereat. Meaning they're going along to get along, which is to be of the world. Because it's easy to go along with the world. Everyone's doing it, so you can do it. And it's just easy because you was born, raised to do what the word requires you to do. But what makes it difficult is when you are awakened to this truth and you go against the grain of this world. That's what makes it more difficult. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do what you would call a difficult path. Which that's what the word straight means. It means the position of you're battling the spirits of this world, you're battling the people where they got some demons on them as well. You know what I mean? So it just becomes difficult, but you get used to it. It becomes a part of your life. Taking L is just a part of the everyday experience being a man of the Lord. And you just get used to it. Because guess what? Yahushua took the greatest out. So we're gonna go along with Yahushua. We gotta learn to accept these L's. Go on, my brother.
Verse 14, Matthew 7. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Yeah, which is the elect. Few there be which are going to find it. And even the non-elect are going to find this truth, and they're going to partake in it. Guess what? They're only going to withstand the test of time. That's written in Matthew 13. Go on, my brother.
Mentioned about suffering. It's 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. It is a faithful saying, if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
Right, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. Because again, like I said, he suffered the consequences of his sins and our sins all together. So now we're partaking in those sufferings as well. So once he ended the sufferings, now when he glories, we're gonna glory with him. Go on.
If we deny him, he also will deny us.
Right. So when you pretty much take your hand off the plow, so to speak, you give the Lord the cold shoulder, he's gonna give you the cold shoulder. And he's gonna mock at you when your when your fears come upon you. That's written in the book of Matthew, not Matthew, it's Proverbs 1. Go on.
If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself.
Right, he cannot deny himself. So when we deny Yahushua, we're basically denying ourselves. We actually love death and hate life. So we ain't got no choice but to continue on. So whether we take L's or whether we take W's, hey, it is what it is. We just accept it, you know? But you're gonna take more L's though. Go on, brother.
A little bit more of that. And it says, of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord.
Right, and these things, put them in remembrance. What are we to remember? All of the stuff that we didn't have before, that we've lost. What did the Apostle Peter say? He said, I will serve your mind by way of remembrance. Remembrance of what? This truth that we once had. Go on, my brother.
Charging them before the Lord that they strive not about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers.
Right, but to the subverting of the hearers. Right. And that's what the street is for. The street is also for not only for our sakes, but for those that are learning and listening, so that they can be converted and be healed, because they're also a part of that election according to grace. So that's the whole purpose of why we're here for. We're here to basically give the right sacrifices as we're giving right now, which is to preach this word. And speaking of preaching this word, the scriptures also say, blessed are the feet of those which publish this gospel. And when we publish this gospel, also, what are we witnessing right now when we look at the mainstream media? We're seeing the end of the world. And alternative news media at the same time. So the world is changing. And it's not changing for the better, it's changing for the worse. And we're just coming out of the curses gradually. And our enemies are gradually complaining about the standard of living in America, sitting in their car and shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the States. Oh, I used to go to this store, man, and this store was, I used to go to this store and be able to get, a decent amount of groceries for this price. Now I can't even get basic goods at a certain amount. So things are changing, man, and what it is because inflation is kicking the ass. Everyone don't already drop the dollar. You got the bricks. You've had the printing of the money since the crash of 2008. So when you combine all of these things together, that's why you're having the issues that you're having now. Because your dollar ain't shit, the dollar's weak, and even the pound. The pound is being deducted as well. Because I remember years ago, about 12 years ago, the basic stuff that you could buy would be mad cheap. Yeah. Now the traditional meals is expensive to buy now. It's crazy, man. Even the oxtails. I used to get the oxtails all damn near whenever I could. But now I gotta be very mindful of the prices now. It's crazy.
There's no anything under the sun, because it shows that with all this hyperinflation shit, it's an indicator of imminent war. If you look back in history, World War II, the Weimar Republic, people would go to a restaurant and they would determine a price to pay at the end of the meal. Yeah. Because you could be sitting down eating a steak and the economy's gone up and down.
You're talking about the Deutschmark, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
The economy could go up and down within the hour of you eating that steak.
Yeah.
So you get a price at the end of the meal, so that I'm paying at the current rate of whatever the euro or the dollar, whatever it was at the time.
Yeah, because the currency was fluctuating. It was fluctuating greatly. And you needed a whole lot of Deutschmarks just to buy a loaf of bread. Because it wasn't about nothing. Currency went to shit.
The notes, even in the Weimar Republic, the people were so poor, they were burning notes to keep warm. They'd ball it up and set it alight.
And that's where America's going. And that's what you call hyperinflation. See, America's going through inflation, but it's going to go through hyperinflation, where it's going to get to that point the Weimar Republic in Germans. So you're going, brother.
Proverbs 11:4. Richest profit not.
But when did you have the Weimar Republic though? What time was it?
Let me fact check. I'll get the exact years.
I think it was in the 20s. I think it was like 24.
So that was, it was around World War I, because that is 1918 to 1933.
Yeah.
So it's not World War II, it's World War I.
Yeah.
Because World War I was it 1918? 18.
Yeah. Which really they say actually type in World War I, how long did that last?
How long did World War I last? I believe it's 13, but let's check how long did World War I last. Alright, so World War I was, it says, just over 4 years, starting officially on July the 28th, 1914, to November the 11th, 1918.
So that's what? Yeah, that's 4 years.
Yeah.
So the Weimar Republic, that situation happened. I think that probably had to have been after.
Around in conjunction, just about.
Right around that time. Or as the scripture says, there's no new thing under the sun. So this is the time that we're living. In a time, this also indicates, like you said, Captain, that we're in a time of hope. Yeah, so yeah, hit me with some precepts, brother. And then we're gonna close out around 7. Okay. You got a precept,
yeah. Romans 8 verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
Yeah, and that's the point. So we have to go through the tribulation of times, man, to be redeemed. That's the physical redemption which Yahweh Shah is going to come and bring. Because without the tribulation, listen, we won't be here for another. The Lord knows how long, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's better to go through it to get to it. So if people around you gotta die by the thousands, that's so be. As long as the Lord got the Spirit on you, and you're cool, calm, and collected, that's all that really matters. Because the destination is what's important. Okay, yeah, you're gonna lose your loved ones and all of that. That's understandable. You're gonna cry, all that. You're gonna be all messed up. That's very well understandable, man. But at the end of the day, the focus is the kingdom. Because all of your family members that died on this side, you're gonna get them back even more so.
That's the hope, Elder. Can I just continue this?
Yeah.
Verse 24. For we are saved by hope.
Right.
But hope that is seen is not hope.
Right.
For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for?
Right.
But if we hope for for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
Yeah, and that goes into Hebrews the 11th chapter, the understanding of faith. So we have faith in what we don't see, which is, the actual meaning of faith. Not only things that we don't see, but the things, not only things that we do see, but the things that we don't see. And it takes, again, the reason why we can do that, because we were given what? A gift, which is faith to do that. That's why we could do that. But if you weren't given that gift of faith, you can't do diddly squat. You could say you believe all day, every day, but guess what? If the faith ain't there to back it, it's just vanity at this point. So how about Shmuel Shah is dealing with the elect because he's giving them the ability of faith. That's why we're able to come out here and do what we're doing, because we believe. And yes, we also fear as well on top of that. That's why we don't really care how people view us. We don't really care. We don't already went through that already. Go on, my brother. There's another scripture that I have in mind.
All right. This is Romans 13 and 11 says, and that knowing the time that now is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Yeah, I was talking about this, right? Because listen, we all got family members, we all got people we love so dearly. But if we lose them, it's going to be a terrible thing emotionally. Right. But like I said, when the kingdom of heaven is set up, and with the Most High changes us, we're going to have those members of our families abundant. Like case in point, there's not plenty, but there's 2 cases, right? You have what Apostle Peter mentioned. No, not the Apostle Peter. Yahweh Shah told the Apostle Peter and the 12. And then also you got to look at the sufferings of Job, which is mentioned in the book of James, the 5th chapter. Wow. So let's just get those 2 points there. Because when you check it, what you have right now, you may think is a big thing and it's a lot, but it isn't really anything in comparison to what you're going to see on the other side. Go on, brother.
So Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahweh Shah said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah, because you're going to have the Yahweh Shah, which he's going to be the King of Kings. And then you're going to have King David, which he's going to be third in command, and then you're going to have the 12. All right, you're going to have the rest of the 12. and you're gonna have the 144,000. So there's gonna be a rank and file in the kingdom, and then you're gonna have our descendants, our children, and that's just gonna be a big, gigantic royal family. That's gonna be the monarch of the whole planet Earth. It's like how you have it down here in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Which really, that's the so-called monarch or the so-called royal family. But we're gonna be the real royal family of the planet Earth.
And that's a stolen one.
Yeah. Basically, because they stole that from us.
When I was watching the thing here, when Trump came down to with Kings, if you saw the layout, man.
Oh yeah,
man, I was fuming, man. It's like God, the dinner, everything they did. You know what I mean? I was vexed, man. I was gonna jump to the TV, man. That's how vexed I was.
You know, NVIDIA present, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they were the same.
Nah, that's understandable though.
Yeah, man. Vexed, man.
But that ain't shit, man. What they got, that ain't shit. Cause Jake could do better.
So,
we're the originators of royalty.
So someone took a screenshot of like Donald Trump with spaghetti hanging out his mouth. Like pig, all that shit, man.
Well,
joke, man.
Yeah, he was walking in front of the so-called king. That was off, man.
And you can't be doing that. He did it the last visit.
Yeah.
He did it this visit.
He's got no decorum.
No decorum.
He was patting Keir Starmer on the back.
On the back.
Mid-speech, you know, and then you were talking about them. They're not even a real royal family. When you go into the line, they're really what should be the so-called royals. They're the cousins of them.
Yeah. Right.
They're not even like that direct line. Something happened along the way, and someone stepped down, I think, to marry some French woman, and that wasn't the etiquette at the time. So the cousins of who should be the royal family took the seat. So all this Queen Elizabeth and that, they're really even cousins to the so-called real royals.
I vaguely heard that story.
So they're not even real. You can go into the British history. The current royal family are meant to be cousins of the true royals. So they're just part of it the times two.
Right.
You know? British monarch my ass. That's why really the royal family right now are Germans.
Right.
Yeah. They're all Germans. Philip was a German, the Queen was a German, her mum was a German.
Yeah, and they said the sheep they go back to what is it? Saxe of Gotford,
Coburg. Yeah. Fucking Germans, man. Ain't no British. The real British, so like the real British are the Jakes. So when we had King Henry and that, he was all Israelites. But when that royal monarchy line stopped, you had the Edomites coming.
Yeah.
So you haven't had a real monarch on the throne for at least 300-400 years.
See, and that's why you have the three lions.
Yeah.
So this country's got nothing to do with lions. You know, you got to put all the little pieces together.
Yeah. Because Jake was hit. And the thing with Jake knew they were Israelites to a degree, but they didn't really practice it all the way. But they knew about the lion and all of that, and stuff. So, because our people were here before you had a lot of so-called black kings that would come after the other and all that. But it was time for Esau to get his move on for a while, for a temporary moment, and then he's taking it out. Yeah, for a season. Yeah, that's Revelations the 20th chapter. He goes into that. Yeah, so what was
You wanted the one in James?
Which one in James?
This is James 5, I'll start at 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience.
Right, and of patience. Now, when you go into the book of Job, I think it's in the 40th chapter somewhere, and it actually goes into how he became much more greater. His household was bigger. He was more richer than he was before. And now,
Job was greater than his beginning.
Yeah, he was greater than his beginning. Not 42. The water for that. But in the first verse, it says that he was what? A perfect man. Right? So he was even more perfect. He was even more better.
Man that is true of evil.
Man that's true of evil. Because of what? The sufferings that he went through. So yeah, we're gonna suffer, and we're still. I mean, and let's not deny the sufferings that we're going through right now, because we are going through what we're going through today. You got brothers that's got ailments, sicknesses, all kinds of shit, man. Family issues. You know the story, right? So we are suffering, but that ain't nothing when Jacob's trouble comes around. That's when the real suffering is going to begin. And as well as you just read, brother, how the Lord is going to shorten the days. because it's going to be greater.
No, remember the Lord said also that he will be saved out of it. So the elect, you got to focus on that point.
Yeah.
And the elect are going to get through that.
Yeah, the elect are going to get through it. Huh. And you know, it proves that too, because it mentions that
right, the water. And he, verse 14, and he called the name of the first Jemima, and the name of the first Jemima, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Keren Put. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job.
Meaning they were beautiful.
And
they
their
were
father,
absolutely beautiful.
and their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons' sons even for generations.
So he was able to live over 100 years old to see his family. You know what that does to a man when you're able to see?
I was going to say, because, and it's the,
go on, brother.
Listen, it's that whole point of not just the riches of the tangible riches, but the riches of being able to see the seed growing and growing and growing. That's abundance.
So Job died being old and full of days.
Full of days.
And when you check it in the reincarnation, the same children he lost as immediate children, he saw them as grandchildren.
Right.
Them same exact spirits. Imagine seeing your children die because the Lord is just fucking you up. Then he gives them back to you as grandchildren, as great-grandchildren.
And that's beautiful as you said it, right? Because you know, parents, right? It's nothing but sweeter for a parent to see their great-grandchildren. You know what I mean?
Especially your father.
And they normally spoil him even more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like more, yeah.
They love him even more. So it's beautiful what you said, Captain. He actually saw his immediate children die, and he saw them again as what? Grandchildren. And he's going to love them more and spoil them even more. So that must be a beautiful feeling.
And even in the kingdom too, we're gonna have joy of our children. That talks about that. So instead of your children being separated from you because of whatever situation it is, right? You ain't gonna have to do it. Because all inheritance, all possessions will go back to the men instead. So we're gonna go all the way back to the age when women didn't have no kind of say. That's what we're going backwards. You know what I mean? And it really makes sense anyway, because the man represents the household. He represents the economy. Economics originate from fathers, from men. All right? That's why the Most High set that whole thing up. Case in point, if you look at these building all of these infrastructures, it's mostly men. You don't see a bunch of women building infrastructures. As long as we've been alive. Now, you may have seen maybe one woman there, or two women there, but you don't see that as a common thing. So if a man could, if a man could build, if a man is able to build infrastructures, then wouldn't he be able to have the same kind of mindset of building a family and maintaining that family? Yes. Go on, bro. That's what
I was going to say. You got an infrastructure. You don't really see infrastructure is the hub. Everything around us. They might do their little thing. They might go to a house and do a little decking in the backyard of someone's yard or something like that. But they're not involved like that. When you do see them, they're usually the ones with the clipboard, the hard hat. They're doing that shit on site, but they're not really hands-on like that. That's not a woman's style. It's a man's style to build. He wants to build. He wants to, he wants to plan everything, get the materials, build it up, and then when it's done, he wants to step back and look at me proud of what he's building.
But that's the meaning of the word father, origin.
Thank you.
What do women originate? Nothing. Things come about because of men. My brother sent me a clip this morning, bullshit ass women, it's so fucking dumb, man. She goes, I don't need a man because if anything happens wrong, men say, who's going to fix your car? Well, I'll just go to the mechanic. Who the fuck is the mechanic?
That's dumb, I saw that.
Who the hell is the mechanic? It's a man, nigga. I ain't seen no female mechanic in my life.
And you know what these mechanics do? They take advantage of them.
Rip them off, man. They'll tell you a job is £500, when really it's like, I don't know, £100. They tell you, this. I remember, was it, it got uploaded to one of these funny sites. A woman, her tire went flat, but it wasn't punctured, and the mechanic charged her for air. She went home and told her husband, he charged me for air. And he got the car, went back to the mechanic. Because they don't know anything about cars. Air's fucking free.
Because they're desperate too. They're desperate for you to fix their car because they don't know how to do it. One woman was trying to change the oil in her car and the oil went all over her face and all of that. That was wild. That was a wild scene.
A man is going to think twice. A male mechanic is going to think twice before he tries to put one over another man with his car. He's going to think twice. But with a woman, it's a given.
Yeah. And that's just the thing. You see what Esau did that by purpose, man. Just to show that everyone could be fucking poor out of their mind, right? And that was the whole premise of it. That's why one of the Rockefeller families funded this women's liberty. So that women can feel empowered to do what? Feel empowered to lead over their man, to be independent of men. And then lead families in that kind of construct. And now basically families that come out of that situation, they don't have anything to fall back on.
Then they open up the army to these bitches. Oh yeah, you can fight guns and do that shit. But look, man, women. The only reason they have women in the army is to fuck them, man.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. Trust me, bro. I was in the Air Force, man. You have these corporals, women in there. They just getting fucked.
Yeah.
The asses are getting slapped. They're on their knees, gagging, and getting bent over and getting compromised. That's it. Yeah. When it comes down to real Afghanistan, what woman's out there? Yo, come on, bro.
They ain't doing that.
You just in the back playing with some computers talking about, oh, I do this and that. Real war, bombs, war tactics, guns, airplanes, sea. You ain't doing that, man. You're fucking doing that shit, man.
Yeah, and I mean, like, just like I said, man, like, just going back to what I was dealing with, bro. You know, at the end of the day, they do that because they want to keep you poor. Because let's just say, right, you have to rely on another nation. That's just what Jake has to do. The reason why you got to go get a job, a JOB, because you're supposed to be getting it from your father. Right. Because your fathers can't find get you a job because you don't have to. They've set it up systematically now. That's when you get the term manufacturing. Where does a thing such as manufacturing come from? Who originates this stuff? Jobs and all of that. Men. So if you take the man out of the equation, now you don't have anything to fall back on. Yeah. Like them fucking them Elamites in when you go to packing your shit. You got all of these storefronts. And and the thing of it is, it's so easy to see. I don't really think Jake is seeing it. But when I go there from time to time, I start to begin to think, that's why Jake is part of the ass, man. Now you got some Jakes that own stores here and there. I ain't gonna lie, you got a few Jakes that own a little something. But it should be a lot. If this is the area that you use to club, it shouldn't be a bunch of fucking Elamites running your shops and taking your money at the same time. And then, go on, bro.
For the sake of that, they're selling everything that you need.
Yeah.
Like the scripture says, you go to the enemy, for the wonderful things.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's that because you brought up Peckham. Okay. And there was an incident in Peckham regarding one of those hair shops, right? And forgetting all of that, there was a time when in Peckham there was, I think it was two men who built an empire from all that beauty stuff, the hair and all that, and they were millionaires. So what these Elamites and that have done now is they've cornered that market, and now they don't just sell it, they supply it. So they won't supply Jakes.
Yeah.
Same as in America when it comes to the Koreans, they don't supply Jakes. So you have to go through other heathens to get your supplier to sell your stuff. So that whole generational wealth is impossible for us. It's according to the scriptures, of course. But, and like you said, you know, Jake is stupid. They don't even realise it. They're so used to going into the shops and, you know, buying the planting and the yam and all of that and all that shit and these devils, right? And it's Afro-Caribbean, but it's not. They're not selling it.
You're not selling,
But you know, it's funny you brought it up, right? Because I was in Beckham one time, right? And I saw this guy, man. I mean, of course, he's an Elamite. He's a flat-out Elamite, but he's got he's got his company's name called Afro Foods. How the hell is an Elamite selling Afro Foods, and the nigga don't even look like he's from Africa, man? That's the wild shit. Like that's what kind of worked me out a bit. Like, God damn.
And they don't even respect you. Like,
they treat you like
shit. They don't even respect you when you're spending your hard-earned money in their fucking store.
Yeah, man. So I mean, like that's the thing. So in the kingdom, we're gonna own shit. And and this is the problem, when you don't own anything, you gotta go to your enemy for everything, and then you become a consumer. And when you become just a consumer, that's another form of slavery too. Because he's supplying the stuff that you could get from your own, right? And you could be a supplier, and then also you don't have to go get it from someone else. And then when you got your own little stores and shit, you could provide jobs for your own people. That's another thing. But we're gonna get all of that in the kingdom. That's just a part of the curses we're dealing with right now. Yeah, so with that, we're gonna close, giving all of the praise and the glory to the Most High and the Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash.
And double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone. And salute to you brothers out there, giving double honors to the elder bishops. Gotta say that, giving double honors to the elder bishops as well. And salute to all of you brothers as well, of the hopeful elect as well as we believe, of the 144,000. Shalom.
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 Shalom. Shalom.